It's a Will Dead meme. Fuck you, little me. You think you can fuck with me? Wanna go ring? Fuck you, little me. Hey, look, I'm hoping for real. Fuck you, little me.
Hey, everybody.
Ooh.
Whoa. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Snark podcast. It's crazy how nothing happened this week at all. Isn't that wild?
Nothing.
Isn't that insane?
Boring
Yet
as
again.
fuck, bro. I just wish somebody, like one of us, anyone would just like something would happen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be
I
so
wish.
cool.
If something dramatic happened involving one of us on the podcast.
It would be so cool if something happened involving us that literally also simultaneously has nothing to fucking do with me at all. Me, Chris, at all. What the fuck? I mean, I don't even know how to intro this, but obviously we had to talk a little bit before this, like, should we address this? And I'm like, absolutely. Like, we absolutely should, because it would seem disingenuous if we didn't. And I'm in a weird spot because, again, once again, just not my fault at all. just nothing. I've done fucking nothing at all. I've sat.
So awesome.
I've gone to the gym. I've been punched in the face like several times a day for like many months. I've been following. I've been behaving myself. My ass has been behaving itself for charity. All this bullshit. And of course, I get swept into and you know what this reminds me of? Actually,
What?
this reminds me a little bit of when Lacey and I first started going out, and everybody had like some crazy, like it was like this big fucking, and I'm just like, I'm just minding my fucking business, bro. It never stops.
You know what's crazy? This is technically your fault because you made choices that allowed for this to happen. So this is technically your fault.
I kind of agree.
You didn't cause it, but it is your
I
fault.
kind of agree.
It is your
I kind
fault.
of actually agree. Like I just watched. I was watching John Wick and watching all the whole premise of that. If you're paying attention, is the whole consequences. You know, your actions have consequences.
Yeah.
And I feel like
He shouldn't have got a
ripples
dog.
that you've made. Right. See,
Yeah,
Exactly. Exactly.
You,
Knowing
you
that the life
dated
is
Lacey Green, and that was the ripple.
Yeah.
like
Look at that.
if you live a certain life, you can't do certain things. That's just it. And you constantly try to do things you shouldn't be doing.
I
So this
shouldn't
is
be
your fault.
I shouldn't be doing charity. That's
Exactly.
the one thing that I've taken out of this is that I'm never doing charity again.
Don't do charity. Don't date women.
Well, that's not a problem. But like, I'm certainly not. I'm never doing charity. Like, if anything, I feel like I'm owed now. You know, there should be a charity just for me, the man who catches strays. Because like, what the fuck is all this? And for the uninitiated, obviously I'm doing Creator Clash, and my opponent was kicked. The internet has its own opinion on that. I am under contract, so I you know, as an adult person, I don't really care to get in trouble in that way. Not that I think I would, but just I've been trying to behave myself just generally. If I wasn't, I wouldn't be doing a charity event in the first place. So, I mean, how I've decided to do this is Sweeney and Derek, they can say their piece, and they can cover this as people who are pretty, I mean, relatively outside of this. But as someone who's both directly involved and also just has nothing to, I can't. It's so wild to me.
You're indirectly directly involved.
Yeah, it's so annoying. It's so fucking irritating. But I mean, you guys,
fun.
go ahead.
Well,
what do you
let's
want to
recap.
say,
I feel like since you can't say anything, let me tell everybody what like really went down. Right, so it's pretty.
Well,
simple.
well, I do want to make it clear. They didn't give me like a new contract. They didn't tell me I couldn't say things. I just don't care to. I just don't. This is a charity thing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to like make this about me. I'm not trying to like make a whole thing out of this. I've been training for like 8 months. I just want to follow through with my commitment, get this done, so I can get back to making fucking videos again, because I deeply fucking miss that. So my head's down. I'm just focusing on the fight, which is now going to be. I don't think I can say who it is yet.
I wouldn't say it yet.
But yeah, but it's a new opponent. It's completely like I I've trained for a specific opponent. Now I'm training for like a new one with like a few weeks to go. So it's like it's very stressful. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. You guys.
Yeah, it's pretty whack. But
yeah,
you know,
it's unfortunate.
Yeah, how things unraveled, like pretty obvious. You know, Mr. Frog, he unfortunately slept with Sam Hyde, and that was it was like a little. I was like, ooh, I can't believe that happened. That's weird, and for some reason, Sneeko got involved. He was kind of like, hey, I kind of like the cut of your guys' jibs.
Can you mind if I watch?
You mind if I just take a few pics and stand in the corner, maybe bring up my girl in there?
Yeah, I can toss her around a little bit if you want. You know, if you guys want to. You guys can have fun with her too.
Right. And essentially what happened was like Froggy Fresh had the brilliant idea where he's like, oh yeah, you know what, I'll film this as promo for Creator Clash 2, and that's where everything kind of got weird. That's essentially what we're looking at, and it kind of just unraveled from there. Groggy was saying some things like, oh, I should probably get Chris up in here too, you know, let's get it like really weird, and it started to kind of like, things started to unravel quick. I was like, damn, bro. Like, this is for charity. This is for fucking charity. Why you gotta get all this cuckery in here? Why you gotta fuck around like this?
You can cuck for charity. Cucking for charity isn't a bad thing.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah, it's cucking for charity.
What would that? What would
letting
that
somebody
be?
fuck your wife for charity.
That is insane.
How is that insane?
Who?
Chris Reagan. Cuck my wife for charity.
Who should I even say it? Like, who's why? Like, who is married to someone that would be a reasonable? Like, that would be like a reasonable money sink for a charity.
Depends on the charity. Depends on the charity for me.
No. I guess so. I guess it all depends on the charity.
Depends on the charity. Mm-hmm. Like, if it's a charity I know that's doing, like, if it's a charity I know that's doing work, like, getting shit done, I'll be like, look, man, you're saving lives right now. You know that, right, bitch?
Yeah, I'm a fan of a charity called Doctors Without Borders, and I like the cut of their jib, and so
Why are you saying that? Where are you from? The fucking what are you? Somebody on the fucking frontier of America trying to colonize fucking the West?
So I'm on a different arc right now, man. As you can see, look, I got a brand new webcam. Look, I'm fucking crystal clear. I don't look like a dark void anymore, if you can tell. Cool. I got a little drip going on. Look at this.
Whoa, what the hell?
Shit.
Oh, weird. Wait, do you have this? Do you have this?
I don't have that. Which one's that? What's that?
This is a... I don't know what this is because it doesn't say what it is, and I forgot what it was, and I stopped using it immediately because it did that stuff. It followed me around, and I was like, I don't want it following me.
So you can get it to stop. Like,
I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it with this thing.
So you just put your hand up for me. You just put your hand up.
I don't like that. I don't like that. It follows you,
and then it stops, and then so.
Can you get it to?
I don't like that.
Can you get it to recognize your penis and then like go back and forth?
I've tried many a times.
Yeah.
Recognize my penis.
I tried because I was like, this is.
You draw like a photorealistic face on it so that maybe it tracks it.
Yeah.
I'm like, imagine your face looks enough like a dick.
Awesome.
Yours is enough like a dick for it to work on your dick. It's like, is my face like a penis? What?
I saw one of the funniest
revolutionary shit, bro.
This reminds me of a video I saw a long ass time ago where somebody got like a face track or like a face zooming camera and it zoomed in on this one girl's knees. And she seemed so insecure about it.
All right, so this is my piece on the whole entire.
What you got? So what do you think about
go ahead.
the whole arc?
I'm canonically a person that likes to mind my business.
Yeah.
Drama gives me anxiety, and I try to avoid it. I think this is stupid. I think things happened. I don't know everything. I'm very aware I don't know everything. Also, at the same time, don't care that much. I just hope Chris doesn't die in a ring, I guess. I don't know. That's about it. I'm just like,
they're putting me against Louis Spears.
That's really unfortunate for you.
Yeah.
That's a very unfortunate.
That's fine.
You can be a way better fighter than him, and you are very, very, very likely going to lose that fight no matter what you do.
I don't know. He might be so tall that it might be
if you can get inside the pocket, you might have a chance.
Like you gotta get there. He is eldritchly tall. Like he's a very tall. Hi, Louis. By the way, he's friends of ours.
Scared. I've never seen someone that made me scared because of how tall they were.
He had to
and then I
duck
met Lewis.
constantly. He had to duck constantly in our house, in our apartment when he stayed with us.
I love Lewis. He's a cool dude, great guy. Lewis enters the room like a monster from a possession movie. He like ducks down and puts an arm in. Like, he has to duck down,
That's funny.
arm in, and enter room because if he ran through an apartment building in America, he'd hit his head a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I was really hoping to, dude. Honestly, like,
Yeah.
I was with all of my energy. I was because, like, of course, you're the homie, so I want to see you be prosperous. But when this shit got all weird, and I was like, okay, please, fighting gods, just quick audible, get Michael Reeves, and then he just pieces you up hard. He just fucking works you so bad.
I feel like Michael never stopped. I feel like he's still boxing still. Like,
I feel like behind the scenes he was so good at it. He's like, I have to keep doing this.
Michael Reeves is definitely
going.
he definitely still boxes. He definitely still boxes. He got injured actually, so he's not like, I mean, he's not dead, but like or like in a cast or anything. But he couldn't he could not do it. He was the person that
was his thing, man. He was the person. He was like, oh, this is my thing. I'm good at this.
He was the person I wanted to fight because it was just like a perfect. It was like there's no more that would be an actual perfect match. And I've had like, I mean, they announced it only like a few months ago. So, like, behind the scenes, there were, like, I mean, there were many. I mean, I could talk about that. I can't name them specifically, but there were, like, at least 3 opponents before we landed at Froggy. And, you know, so my opinion, like, the way that I feel about it is I did this. I was interested in doing Creator Clash immediately after I got back from the last one. I was like, I want to do it. This is what I want to do. I want to do Creator Clash. And so they got me in. A bunch of opponents passed. We got this one. Cool. This one didn't work out, regardless of how unfair or fair that is. It sucks for me, especially because I just got it. I'm still doing this. You know, I didn't get kicked out. I'm doing this, and I want to follow through on it because for me, beyond this being just a charity event and just kind of exciting, this is a thing, and this is going to get a little gay, so I apologize. But this for me was a really big deal because I wanted to prove to myself that I could commit to something this rigorous and intense and follow through on it and do it. And so I know a lot of people have been asking me to like, oh, hey, drop out or whatever. I'm not doing that. First of all, it's a charity. I would feel like such a dick dropping out of a charity event. There's still a lot of good that's going to come from this. And also, I can talk about this because it's public. This weird fucking 100K misfits thing. Look, man, if anybody watches my streams, if anybody knows me even remotely, you know I was one and done with this shit. I'm doing this and then I'm back to making videos again. I miss it so much. Fuck this. Dude, paying people to punch you in the face for several months is not fun. It sucks immensely. It's very rewarding and very fulfilling, but it also fucking sucks. So, like, I can't wait. I cannot wait for April 15th to happen and get my fight and just, like, come home and be like, I don't have to do anything ever. Like, I don't have to think about any of this. I can go home, I can relax, I can play video games for, like, 19 hours straight. I can make a video and I can stay up till, like, 5 a.m. writing and do all this shit again. I'm excited to get back to that process. So, the prospect of delaying that again, like not only doing this fight, which I'm risking my fucking well-being for charity, and then doing another one in like 2 months later. Fuck no. Like fuck no. And tell you what, if you want me to do it, give me $5 million, I'll do it. Give me millions of dollars and I'll think about it. All right? Because look, this is for charity. If I'm doing this again, it ain't for charity. I'll tell you that much. I'm telling you that much, man. I'm not risking fucking CTE for charity again. Like, no.
That shit was so manipulative. The way they released the image too of like, it's on the table now, June this, and it's like, why would you release that without?
They gave like a date for it as if I had like, and they're like, and then like waiting for Chris to respond. It's like, bro, no, what are you talking about?
Look, it's
do you
one
think
thing
I like? Do you think I want to do this? Do I look like somebody who just wants to just like, yeah, you know what? get me back
You
in.
got
And you know what?
boxing gloves on your fucking arm right there.
That's true.
That
Is fair.
Yeah,
That is
you
fair.
look very.
And
you
know
look
what?
like you're born for this, bro.
And you know what? Maybe like after the fight, if I fucking dominate and I get like that insane cocaine rush, maybe I'll think about doing something like that. But even if I were to agree to something like that, first of all, ain't for charity. No.
Sure.
Second of all, it ain't gonna be like 2 months after my fucking fight. Like I want at least like a year of just not thinking about any of this.
You should fight 12 times a year, bro. Break the record, man.
Like how often? Like
Break the record.
actual question is as actual sincere question as somebody who's like kind of like a novice to all this. I've only started recently paying attention to, and even that's really just watching fights and stuff. Like how long is the break between professional like when a boxer boxes? How long is the wait between that match and the next one?
It completely depends.
From what I remember,
is it ever?
It's months. It's like months.
It depends. It depends.
It also depends on how because
what it depends on what the commissions, if they clear you or not, or if they suspend you for a certain amount of time, depending on your condition. Right. So if you got your ass fucked up, they might suspend you for months and then run test on you to make sure you're okay until you're cleared to box again. Or if you say just KO'd a motherfucker and you were untouched, you may not even be suspended and you can take a fight the fucking next week or something. Like it completely depends.
Because usually most fighters, right? Like let's go to MMA, right? Like I know most fighters. Like Israel Adesanya, I think a year or two ago he fought 4 times in 1 year. That's a lot. That is a lot of fights in 1 year. 4 is a lot of times to go in the ring. It's not a quick break. That means like every 3 months he was preparing, like he had 2 months off preparing for another fight and immediately after that. And that's a lot. Cause if you get fucked up each time you're going back in there less of yourself. And then that final time in the year, you're just a shambling geist running through the ring trying to fight. Yeah. But it also, it depends on how well you,
specifically for
MMA.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, I don't know, man. To me, that the fact that I'm doing this at all is insane.
Well, it's a massive achievement, particularly because people know you. We know you. Like the running joke of I remember that fucking Diddy thing when you can use the Diddy and make it. God, I love that fucking thing.
That was a great app.
So they gotta good. I have the N-word thing you saved in my bookmarks on Twitter, bro. That's in my book. I downloaded it and I put it in my bookmarks on Twitter just in case I ever need to find it. I can find it again.
I still have it favorited on my phone. So I made a few of them. One of them, I made one. I was poking fun at Chris, and at the very end of it, it just says like, "Can't wait for a video in a month or two," or something. So, or like a year or two, or some bullshit where it's like everyone knows you as that guy. So they're like, "All right, the boxing. How's this gonna work? How is he gonna be committed to going all the fucking time? Like, is he just gonna be like, I can't focus this much, fuck, I'm out of here?" But it's just like, you're here, you're essentially here, just a few fucking weeks away, and it's
just
like,
a few weeks away.
Man, pat yourself on the fucking shoulder.
I feel pretty good about it. I mean, it sucks. Like, I feel kind of shitty that like I have to prep for having everything shift so close does suck.
Definitely annoying.
But it's all the more reason why I just want to be done with. Like, I can't. Like, I just want to get through it, and then it's back to like actually like having the time to make videos again, because it's like a big reason why like I haven't been able to post in general is because I've been too busy doing that. Dude, boxing is, especially when you're preparing for a fight, is crazy. Like, that is a crazy commitment. Like, it's first of all, it's a lot of travel to this gym that I'm going to. It's expensive out of my own pocket. It's like now of the last like month and a half, it's been like 2 sessions a day. It's exhausting. And every day I feel like I'm going to die. Like, every day it's just like, oh my God, this is so... I sweat like crazy. And I did not do that for nothing, I'll tell you that much. So, it's still happening. I hope that we can still raise some pretty cool amounts of money for charity. Excited about it. But there's also an insane amount of shit that we have to talk about too. Because this week it just didn't stop. Like last week felt like, well, last week, I guess technically did this happen last week? No.
Did it?
I don't even know anymore, dude.
I think we did do an episode, and it was so it was so light that you guys, I left a little bit to go get JoJo, and then you guys briefly started talking about almost having threesomes, and I'm like, I guess that's the thumbnail. I couldn't, because that's how light the fucking episode was.
Yeah, there wasn't really
Nothing
much.
happened. Yeah, it was a very.
We're gonna have to
tame
pick, but I
series.
do want to get into this because it's so good. So this is a small bit, but it's so funny. So The Last of Us came out on PC. The Last of Us Part 1 came out on PC like over the weekend, and the PC port is horrendous. I think they rushed it out to kind of coincide or to get close enough to the hype of the show that people would still care about it and be excited to play it. And the bugs that have come out of it are so fucking amazing. There's Blackface Joel, who is our newest Joel. We have a myriad of little Joel characters on this show.
Yeah,
and it's amazing to me that we didn't invent this. You know what I mean? like that, like
that's
Blackface
like such
Joel.
not the vibe. That's why it's not the vibe of Last of Us at all. Blackface,
But he does seem like someone who would have done it in the before the apocalypse.
I feel like Pedro Pascal's wouldn't, because he has a black daughter, so I feel like he's more sensitive.
Yeah.
But the other Joel,
yeah, OG Joel is like, well, funnier than hell, you know, like he fucking puts that shit on, shows up Halloween.
Funny, Ellie.
So for the audio listeners, there's a just look up all the bugs for this game because it's not disappointing. There's one cutscene that I saw earlier on Twitter today where the characters in a cutscene just progressively got more and more wet. Like just got more and more like they're like it looks like they're all sweating profusely, and it's like they start out dry, and then Joel starts dripping, and then their clothes start getting like that darker hue, that darker wet hue, and then their hair is wet, their faces are all moist, and they're having like a serious conversation. It's some of the funniest shit I've ever seen. And then there's like some that looks like that make the initial outbreak in the beginning look like Christmas because like the lights are all fucked and like multicolored and. It's so good. There's one I'm gonna send to you guys. It's the one that I saw most recently. Oh, did I lose it? It's one where Joel's hair is just fucked. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen any of them.
Oh man, it's
Blackface Joel made me squeal, dude.
I was dying. I was laughing so hard because it
Blackface
completely
Joel
caught
made
me off guard.
So hard, man.
Oh, it's
And
the
it's
first
so perfect.
So
It's so perfect.
I'm gonna put. We can use this as a thumbnail too, because it's so good. But I'm gonna put it in the Snark Tank Discord so you guys, so you can see, because it's a picture. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in.
Why? I've seen this one. He look like a Neanderthal.
He looks.
He's like a fucking caveman.
It just looks like I don't even know what this looks like. It looks like really bad drag.
He looks like a caveman. He looks like someone. He looks like someone that's gonna ask you about fire.
Are you seeing this?
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
Derek, are you seeing it?
Yeah, no. He looks like Wolverine's fucking about to get ready for RuPaul's Drag Race. He's like fucking.
If our thumbnail could be these two Joels standing next to each other, that would be so great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's oh man, it's so fucking fun. Like these are some of the funniest glitches I've ever seen.
Now I think I'm gonna fucking buy it because it's like $43 on CD keys right now. Like,
yeah,
so it's worth it. It's worth fucking around with the glitches. I'm down. I'm down.
You might get really unlucky though and get the one working
and
copy.
get the one that works. See,
that's what happens. That's how it works,
that
dude.
Would piss me off so bad. Because that's I was thinking I do eventually want to play the game because I want to mod the hell out of it and make everybody naked, of course, and swap out Ellie, get rid of her for like some fucking. You know, some
Ada.
I don't know.
Bring Ada in there.
Yeah, Ada Wong or some bullshit like, and then just make it. You know,
the nude mods. The nude mods. And let me tell you something. I don't really engage. I don't really mod much of anything. For any reason, because I'm just like I don't got the patience for it. But the nude mods for specifically for Resident Evil games are fucking top tier, man. They are the best things I've ever seen. Like, I'm not even particularly it doesn't even do anything for me. You know what I mean? It's just amazing to me. Like how that looks. It looks fucking ridiculous.
The new
but it looks
801
real.
mods, man, from Resident Evil 4.
coding is
the new
so
one,
fucking accessible.
impressive, bro.
That's what's so great about it. They're so accessible that it makes it very easy for these people to make them, and they make them fucking beautifully. And because like the weird thing about, I've always thought it was weird that anyone would find this stuff like I guess they're like satisfactory, because I like real boobies and stuff and touching them and stuff like that.
Right.
That doesn't do anything to me. It's more of the setting, and especially in Resident Evil, the horror setting contrasted with people just being naked and like erected is so fucking funny to me. It's like, here's a very like the first encounter, right, with the town square or whatever the fuck it's called. And then Leon's just pitching a tent, and you can get El Salvador fucking coming at you, and he's just fucking rock hard. Like, it's just, the scene is so fucking funny.
Have you?
And then sometimes, what's up?
Have you tried out the new Resi 4?
So all I did was I'm very upset because I put up a poll asking should I do Batman or Nude Leon. Of course, Nude Leon won. I booted up on the mods. I was ready to go, but I just have not found the time to play. I keep running out of time, and I got to get up early to take Jojo to work and everything. So I've been very upset because I really want to play.
It's
and,
really good.
It's
I
very
know,
good.
man.
It's
I
very
saw my
good.
fucking roommates playing it on PS5 in the living room and shit.
I'm at
and
the
I was
end of
just,
the
like,
game. It's very
pissed
fucking
off.
good. It's very good. I'm at the very end of the game.
I know. My thing, like I'm like you, Chris. I'm not training for a fight or anything, but I'm just trying to get back in fucking shape. So, busting my ass at the fucking gym. I'm really focusing, and
it's really time
I haven't had
consuming.
much, right? And but I think I'm actually gonna attempt to play tonight. I'm gonna, like, as soon as we're done doing our thing, I'm just gonna eat real fast, and then I'm gonna try to play, because it's enough is enough. I have to give the people what they want. If they want Nude Leon, I want to give them some screenshots. I want to all the stuff. I got some Thomas the Tank Engine in there. What the fuck else did I put in there? Oh,
it's just so funny watching.
Big Smoke is in there.
It's so funny watching Leon with like suspenders and no shirt, and Ashley in lingerie just running through it's just so ridiculous.
It's insane, bro.
Yeah, I got
so
a
damn
lingerie
funny.
Ashley queued up.
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
You have
I'm
to,
actually
yeah.
gonna check up today. I'm gonna check today and see, because it's been a few days since I checked, and see what they got. Because I'm waiting for like I need all of the major characters to be naked, and it takes like maybe like about 2 to 3 weeks for everybody to be done. That's how Resident Evil 8. I was like just waited for a while, and then
Dude, those Lady Dimitrescu mods were out like the day of.
Dude, like 2 days later,
was
bro.
like a couple hours past, maybe max.
Biggest gray veiny tits I've ever seen in my life, bro, and I was there for it.
Yeah.
I was totally there for it. I was like, all right, this is pretty cool.
Couldn't wait to get their hands on that one. That's for sure. My favorite.
And then they take the models out, and the Rule 34 shit goes crazy, bro. They're like, nice 3D model, like later.
Hey, yo, did you guys see that review, that Steam review of that guy complaining about every shot that you like? Oh, they took out the upskirt fucking shot.
Oh,
Ashley.
yeah.
They took out every possible thing that you can do that was perverse in that game, and I was like, yo, that motherfucker. That is like we say.
That's
It's
wild.
that's
That's
the
the
attention to
thirsty one,
detail.
bro.
To
That's
know
the thirsty one, man.
every single one. Like I honestly knew the upskirt one, and reading all that other shit, I'm like, I didn't even know like half of this shit you could even engage in. I just didn't. I knew like I don't know. I knew like what was there, like 20 of them on that fucking list?
Yeah, it was
I
insane.
maybe knew 3. Maybe I don't know.
I knew the upskirt one. That's
I
the
didn't
only
know
one.
that.
That's the only. I knew that one because I remember. I don't know, man. Video games don't do it for me. Like not unless it's like Street Fighter or something. You know what I mean, with Cammy and that shit. That I understand. But like
Have
Resident
you
Evil
seen
games,
wait,
never.
Time out. Did you
Hold on.
see the new Cammy freaking her kick?
Yes, that's why he mentioned it. Of course, of course.
Yeah,
that
that's why.
shit,
Yeah.
I didn't. I was like, whoa, I'd never seen this before. I've played all these games a lot. Very
Yeah, dude.
excited.
It's very good. I'm excited about it.
She's she's looking very mature.
It's a pretty amazing kick. But it's a pretty good kick. But like no, like I don't know. Resident Evil 4, like that was around the time where I didn't know Cortana was naked until Halo 4, like, actually. Like, sincerely, that's real. Because, like, it's just the pixels, like, at a certain point, it's just like, oh, she's like a hologram.
You didn't know she was naked in 3. In 3, she was definitely naked. I was like, oh, she's naked.
I mean, I just thought that she was like a fucking hologram person. Like, I didn't think of, I didn't, what I'm saying is, like, I'm not thinking about video games in that way at that point. So I remember the upskirt thing with Ashley specifically because there's a point where, like, you've got to catch her from going down a ladder, and your only way to look in that game is to aim. And so, like, I looked up, and it was, like, under her skirt, and she goes, like, pervert, and I was like, oh, whoa. I didn't know that was, I wasn't trying to do that, but I'm sorry.
I didn't even know about that personally.
I knew about that, but like all those other things on that list, I had no fucking clue. And like,
they're like Easter eggs. You had to go out of your way to find them.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's still so good. It's still so good. Like, I will say, I like it a little bit less than Dead Space, but that's, I think,
interesting.
Yeah, I think that's largely because Dead Space is a lot more faithful to the original. Like, the Dead Space remake is more faithful to Dead Space, and it basically, like, so everything that was really, really good about Dead Space is now way better, and everything that sucked about the original Dead Space is now really, really good. So it's like, there's, like, generally, like, a perfect line of quality. Whereas Resident Evil 4 remake is way different, and a lot of it is really, really good. It's still, like, a 9-something out of 10 or whatever. Like, it's an amazing game. But it's so different from the original in a lot of ways that I think there's still a reason to play the original. Like, there are still reasons.
Interesting.
Whereas, like, Dead Space is completely obsolete. Like, there's no fucking reason why you should play the original Dead Space now that the remake is out, because it's the same exact game, just way better. Whereas this one's like, I could see why people would be like, oh, I liked it better in this one. I like or like it's charming in this one, or it loses some of the campiness. I still think it's really campy. I still think it's really cool. I think some of the design decisions they changed are like fucking awesome.
It's but definitely less campy because I like it more. Definitely,
it's pretty fucking campy. It's not as campy.
It's campy, but I don't like that's never been my vibe. Like campiness.
Oh, dude, I love it.
So I mean, where's everybody? Evil Dead. That makes sense.
Where'd everybody go? Bingo. Dude, I love that's in there still. I love that it's in there.
You got to. That's classic. That's classic Japanese humor.
There's some stuff in there, like he doesn't tell Salazar, no thanks, bro. Like, he doesn't say that.
Well, first of all, Salazar, to begin with, like, he actually looks like formidable now compared to when he
was
looked
Napoleon
like a little,
before.
like
now
a baby
like a
Napoleon.
He's he looks like a weird baby.
The way Napoleon was depicted throughout history was Salazar.
I have to say though, I prefer original Salazar.
Really? No, me too. That's what I'm saying.
1,000,000%.
I 1,000%. Just that he basically made me feel like, oh yeah, Capcom is a Japanese studio. Like they throw in these things in a very serious setting, and then they put in this little fucking guy. Like,
was the fight different? I don't remember the fight at Salazar before.
No,
is it different from what it was?
It's been so long since I've gotten that far in Resident Evil 4, the original. I don't. It's not the fight. I just mean the character. Like, I think I like the idea of like a little baby Napoleon.
Yeah.
Like walking around, and like the fact that it kind of gave the sense of like this child is running this. Like this little kid is running, but like, is he a kid? Like, what's going on? This is a little bit less ambiguous. This is just like a short guy. I like him still. Yeah. I think Salazar's awesome in 4 Remake. It's just like a very, very different vibe. And I think he's more like he's more. You know what he's like? Derek, I don't think will get half of this, but he's like Dracula mixed with like Walter Mercado, who is like this very specific Spanish, like, televangelist. Like, he was like this dude that like every Spanish grandmother like
he was on La
him.
Televisión in like the mornings in freaking Latin America.
If you look up Walter Mercado, you'll get a pretty good sense of like what I'm talking. Just this old guy. He's like very ornate. He's like he like gives you your horoscope and tells you like what the stars are gonna do, which is really cool.
Fucking rules.
He's awesome.
I hated that shit so much.
But it's really cool because like he's Spanish and like so there's like a little bit of, like it makes. It's cool. I like what they did. I like what they did with Salazar. I think he's cool, but I do kind of wish we had like a full like HD remake version of that little baby Napoleon.
Oh yeah, no, 1000%, 1000%. They fucking were like, come on, that's the charm. That's always been the whole thing about the Resident Evil universe, where it's like, oh, it's all spooky and shit, but there was always these nuggets of campiness in it that made you kind of adore, like, oh man, this is adorable. And
I don't remember that. I don't remember that in 2. I don't think 2 was adorable at all. 2 was just fucking annoying. It was just sad. It was a sad situation. His poor kid. Yeah, Leon was just upset in 2. He was like, "Yo, what's going on, bro? I'm just trying to go to work." And he's
that is such a great premise. I love that.
He's
love
trying
that.
to go to work.
All right.
No, he missed his first day. And since he missed his first day, he got there late to that. It's just like, damn, dude.
It's such an awesome.
That's a great premise. Like,
It's great. It
made me happy playing as Leon again, like seeing him further, because I liked 4. It was never my favorite. I always appreciated 2 the most, as I was like, this is the most. It felt the most atmospheric to me. Now I'm a little kind of in between, because I feel like 4's atmosphere is very good until a certain point. Then it really changes a lot. Like it goes for a very radical change, and I'm like, this is cool, I guess, but it turns into like you can see how 4 became 5, if that makes any sense.
Oh,
like
1,000,000%,
very easily.
yeah.
You're like, they just kind of pushed it up a few more notches and gave him a muscular man instead of a non-muscular man. Mm-hmm. But I love how like shitty it's like how Leon shoots somebody in the thigh, and for some reason they get shot in the thigh and they take a knee and turn around, and then Leon's like hasted grab it to suplex, because it isn't like a slow one. Like Leon glides into people, grabs them, and suplexes them, and I'm like, dude, that's such a down and dirty technique to do to people, and then get up and continue to keep
great.
shooting.
It's just really
it plays so good. I can't wait for Mercenaries, man. I cannot wait.
It's a great it's a really, really good game. Like, it's the fact that we got Dead Space and Resident Evil 4 this year is fucking nuts. Like, and they're both really good. Like, arguably like better than the original in certain aspects. Definitely definitely Resident Evil 4 plays better than it used to. Like, 1,000,000%.
The reloading while moving. Thank the Lord.
I can't tell you that has always been my major criticism. I understand why they did it. It's panic inducing. I understand why they do it. But it always just annoyed the fuck out of me that I'm like, I'm this badass person that can't fucking move backwards while I'm shooting or reloading or anything. Or advance or anything, where I'm like, I'm just standing there like a jackass while something's approaching me. But I get it. I understand why they do it. It's just, I love that they actually, obviously they fixed it in the 2 remake. And I'm just like, I feel like a real person now. Like, I'm just, because if there's something coming at you, why would you just stand there? Like, you're just like,
you're reloading, dude. What do you mean?
Not even reloading, just shoot. Like, let me back up and shoot.
You know what it messes up now, though? I'm not afraid of the chainsaw people at all anymore. They don't scare me even they used to terrify me. In Resident Evil 5, you remember Resident Evil 5 when you fight the chainsaw guy in the cape in the fucking like shanty town, and he's coming towards you, and you like kill a bunch of people, and you're running back towards the gate that he came out of. As you loop around and you're reloading, and you're like, oh my god, he's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me. And you luckily shoot that like electric vent that falls down on him, and it stuns him. And you get to like haymaker him and kill him because Chris Redfield's a demon.
Yeah, it's still kind of interesting. How strong are those assholes to the point where Chris Redfield, right? He can punch a boulder that obviously weighs like 10 tons or something.
More than that, bro.
It takes without any of environmental damage on those guys, it takes maybe like 5 to 6 punches to kill him. How strong are those motherfuckers?
I don't remember.
You know what's
like,
crazy?
I haven't played.
If you floor somebody, you can stomp on their head once and they die.
I haven't played.
You can kill them by stomping on their chest.
I haven't played Resident Evil 5 since like 2009, probably. So it's been a very, very long
You gotta play it again, bro. They're gonna do 5 remake. They're gonna do 5 remake.
I was actually gonna ask that. Do you think they're gonna actually do it?
110% are gonna do it.
I kind of don't know. I want them to do it.
They're really hinting at it.
5 is very recent. That's the thing. Still technically sort of recent.
Well, no, it's not any it's not any more recent than 4. I would argue. Like, well, let me put it this way.
4 came out a while before 5 did.
Hold on. Let me put it this way.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 5 and Dead Space are very similarly old.
Right.
And Dead Space just came out with
Fair enough.
I think enough time has passed, and they could probably make it.
I absolutely want them to.
I wonder how they.
I would love to shove his ass now, bro.
This is the perfect climate. This is the perfect climate because people were giving shit back then when nobody was.
Back then, people said that game was racist. Back then, people said, "Hold on."
Even as a kid, I thought it was a little fucked. I was like, "There's a lot of black people you're killing," but then I realized it's because you're in Africa. You're killing black people. Obviously, you're gonna be killing black people in Africa. Where are you gonna be killing Africa? Fucking Dominicans? You're gonna be killing maybe.
The thing that's so funny about it is like imagining a way that they would somehow get around that, where it's like, all right, we'll just make. We'll put it in South Africa.
Yo, I would be so disappointing, but also pretty funny.
It would be pretty disappointing. Like it'd be weird. But
because when they go to the marshlands is my favorite part. That is my favorite
the
part.
Tribal
of the
people.
Game. Yes, that's my favorite part of the game.
That shit's funny as fuck.
I have a question, and it might be stupid. How old is Ashley in the original?
She's in college. So
She's
I remember.
all right. Then, I thought they might have aged her up or something.
No, because I used to think she was like in high school or something, and then I looked her up.
She's 20,
and I was like, oh, okay, no, she's fucking a full-grown adult. But the dynamic that they do, it makes her seem like she's younger.
Right? Yeah.
Well, Leon's not that old either, technically, because Leon was young in the first game, and then it was 6 years later. Now he's like, I think Leon is younger than we are. Right now,
yeah, Leon's like what 25
something.
Or
something.
Yeah, I would imagine, but like I was asking because like in the original game she seemed super young, like she seemed like she was like 15, like she seemed like a complete fucking idiot.
Right.
In this new game, she seems like obviously significantly like less dumb. She's like actually like just a person. But I remember thinking like, oh, they probably because I remember in Resident Evil 4 VR they took out a lot of like Leon flirting with. Hunnigan?
Is that it?
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Yeah. And there's
like lady on the comm,
yeah. And there's some vague flirtations between Ashley and, but in this game there's like it's not flirting per se, but it's not, and it's just interesting because I was like, oh wait, because I would have thought that they would have thrown it out, like because there's a scene where she's like I can't remember what she says, but Leon's like, I don't usually have such good company. And it's like, oh, is that a compliment? It's like, if you can take it however you want. And it's like, it's delivered in a way that's like, oh, it's like playful. But like, I thought like in my head, it's like, oh, she's 15. They're going to not do that. But like, and then I saw it in this one. I was like, wait, how old is this person?
I don't know. I remember at the end of the game, this is the only thing I remember of like very flirting. She flirts with him when they're on their way out of the game. And he's like, sorry, I got things to do. And he turns her down. That's the only thing I remember about them flirting, like 100%.
I'm not trying to marry into the fucking Bush family.
Right? Sorry, bitch.
I'm
going to kill your dad in the future. And he drives off on the boat.
Does Leon kill the president?
Yeah, he does.
Does he kill him in number 6?
Yeah, he kills him in 6. Blows his fucking head off.
Right?
Blows his fucking brains out.
Is it Ashley's dad or is it a different president?
No, it's the president. He blows his head off.
I think it's the same one. I think
he puts a hole in his mind.
No, but is it?
And he wasn't even anywhere near the C virus. He wasn't anywhere near.
No, why
he was infected? No, he was infected. That's why he killed him.
Wait, no, it must be a different president because like why would they have Leon kill Ashley's dad?
Because he had to.
No, he had to. No, I was trying to fuck around, but yeah, he was infected with the C virus.
This is in the 6th game?
Yeah. Yeah, and number 6, the C virus is going around.
Is Ashley in that game?
It gets bad.
Is Ashley in that game?
No.
Weird that it would be that. It's probably a different president then because they would have made a whole thing.
It's literally the same guy. Like, because the thing is that, and I remember in 4 when I was younger, it kind of hints that Leon's like cool with the president and he doesn't mind going to get Ashley. But in this one, it very much so hints he doesn't want to be involved in any of the shit he's involved in, and he's just forced to do it because now they were like, "Hey, we're taking you."
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's hinted that like
to be fair, it's been a while since I played it, so I could be Mandeling that shit.
Nah,
too.
he shoots that nigga in the head, bro.
Well,
it's that same dude.
I do remember. I remember the President getting blasted, and then it was and then I gotta say, Resident Evil 6, Leon's arc is
dope.
Very fun.
It's dope as shit,
fun
bro.
as shit. The only thing I mean, I get it, his stamina bars, but like it's cool his how you can chain his combos. I like how I felt. You feel like an actor. If you ever watched any of the CGI movies like Degeneration or any of those things, though, like Leon's just a fucking. He's the man. Leon's a fucking. He's basically a ninja. That's how badass he is in these things. I don't know if you've seen any of them.
Leon gets hit across like a football field, and he hits a wall, gets up, starts running, starts moving at speeds that are comedic. And I'm like, this guy's a monster. He's more dangerous than Wesker. I think Leon would probably really beat the shit out of Wesker. Like, I think he would really put his hands on Wesker.
From watching those CGI ones, because they made him so badass, and then like in Resident Evil 6, it's almost like they tried to give you that type of control, because like now he can sprint, slide, and shoot backward. Like, it was like crazy shit, and it was fun. Because there's just a bunch of old school kind of zombies, right? So you're kind of like whooping their asses. You can chain kicks together and just whoop zombie college people's asses so hard. It's actually really fun.
Dude,
and then the rest of the game is just fucking
kung
like whatever.
fu kicks. Like you can shoot someone and like kick one guy, then kick the other zombie, and then roundhouse the shit out of another zombie, and its head pops. And you're like, yo, who's really fucking with this guy?
And I was just like, if Resident Evil 6 was that, because I didn't give a shit about Wesker's son, who looked like that guy from Infamous.
He did. He looked like Cole McGrath.
I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, what is this? It's the same guy. I didn't give fucking Chris and his gay partner, where it was literally just fucking Army of Two, if you ever played it.
I hated how Chris had PTSD. That really bothered me.
Yeah,
he had PTSD to the point he forgot everything. And I was like, come on, dude.
Come here. No, I'm going to be gay in this bar. I was like, what the? I don't care about this.
And then he comes back, and then he comes back in Village or whatever, and he's like...
on 7.
No,
yeah,
but I'm talking about...
7,
I'm talking about Village, where he's actually like in, and he's like a fucking tyrant. Basically,
I hated.
he's like
play
Mr.
7?
X in that fucking game. He's like,
did you play? No, but it's more jarring because in 7 you play as him and he's so thin. And I was like, why'd they change? If you guys played the DLC for 7, I played everything about that game. And he was
like
gaunt.
10 minutes of it.
He was gaunt in it. And I was just like, why does he look like that? And then in 8, he's a wall again. And I'm like, why do they keep fluctuating his weight? Is he alright? Is he bulimic? Is he anemic?
I put the mod on him. I put the nude mod on him, and like bros gave him like a 12-inch penis.
Of course,
it's fucking ridiculous. And like it's so funny. Like there's towards the end of the game when you see him again, and you finally get a control of him and shit, and he's just it's all cold and he's just fucking rock hard whooping people's asses, and it's seeing these people without clothes on, like Heisenberg. You don't realize how big these people are until like the models of them, when you strip them down, they're fucking like Heisenberg looks like the Incredible Hulk. That's how big, like he's so big. It's so I can't express enough just how it's just satisfying. I know if you're trying to be immersed in the game, obviously you wouldn't want to do this. I totally understand that. There's people who want to turn the lights off and they want to, get really immersed in everything and really appreciate. I'm a little bit different. Just a little bit. I like completely ruining it. I'm the nigga that likes fucking, Fast and Furious, where all the old people like the old ones where it was like serious and grounded and shit. And I'm like, I like where the fucking cars in space and shit. I like shit that's just stupid as fuck for the sake of it. And I'd appreciate y'all if you make everyone naked in the games.
The idea
just from the get-go.
Having a 12-inch
let's move on, because there's a lot. There's really a lot.
You're right.
All right, what's next?
Fucking Trump got indicted. That's real.
They got him, bro.
I don't know. So Look, man, I'm not a expert on legal shit. It's partially why I don't want to say much. But generally, what does it mean to be indicted? Like, because I remember thinking, like, oh, like he got indicted. What the fuck does that mean? Like, actually.
Well, let's look it up. Because I have an idea.
Does that
what
mean
it means,
is it like?
To not sound like an idiot, let's just look.
I mean,
it
I'm
up
just
100%.
straight up. Like, I don't use that word really often.
So the indictment contains a. You want to say it, Derek? You want me to say it?
Well, you can say it because, like, I just thought, like, this is when you're kind of like, you're pretty much charged. Like, this is when you're kind of. Read it. Let's read it. Just read it. Go
A
ahead.
formal charge or accusation of a serious crime. So it's a formal charge. Like, is he charged?
He's charged with it. So there's no more like processing. They're charging him for it. He's got him. They
Holy
got him.
shit.
And you guys know what it's for, right? Actually, you guys know what he's being indicted for.
This is why, like, the writer freaking out because of it's so old. You know, the Stormy Daniels hush money.
The fact that that shit happened when I was
what
still
it
in
is?
college. Yeah, it's that.
Wow, that's like they got Al Capone on taxes.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
The slow game, bro. The slow game.
That's how you get these people. That's how you get these people, man. You get them on these technicalities. They think they're untouchable, and then they fucking do things that.
What they
there's a lot of shit happening behind the scenes that these fucking yokels that follow him will not pay attention to. Like, even with colluding with Russia, where I personally in 2016 thought that was bullshit, and then like, oh, Trump chief of staff motherfucker is fucking charged for doing bullshit and colluding with Russia, and I'm like, this is real. And then these motherfuckers aren't saying anything about it because they either ignorant, they don't know, or they're just obstructing the truth from their constituents. And I'm like, there's actually fuck shit happening. And here's another, like, the campaign contribution, the hush money to not hurt his campaign. That's fucking illegal.
The slowest game, bro.
That's so crazy.
They played the slow game. They were like, all right, Donnie, whatever you say.
To me,
whatever you say, Mr. Trump, whatever
you
say.
People are always going to find some ways to excuse certain things. And for me, the way that I feel about it is anybody who's ever been on Epstein's plane, I don't really care to defend. That's just kind of how I feel. I feel that way about Bill Clinton. I feel that way about fucking Donald Trump. I feel that way about literally everybody who was on that plane. I was like, you know what?
Couldn't agree more.
I understand. There's probably some poor soul. There's probably some poor soul on that plane that just like sincerely didn't like. He
just
I'm
going there
sure
to really party. Like
I just don't
believe that. I could believe
reason...
that, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's like it's just safer. Like, listen, man, if you're here, man. If you're not doing this, then you're doing other shit that's way wrong. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, what are you doing on such a guilty plane? That is a guilty plane.
You're just going there to party. Like, you're for real, no joke, no game. Was like, oh, Jeffrey Epstein's having this party and my friend invited me. I went there. You're like, oh, it's a lot of kids around. That's strange.
There's just...
That's it.
Like, that's the thing that pisses me off because I know it's bold to say, and I feel like I've said this a while ago, but I'm like, there's no way you don't know because there's people who are not even connected that knew. There's no way that you were actually a part of those planes and actually going, and you didn't know what was happening.
Look, dude, look.
All I'm saying
is this, right? I'm sure at least an episode or two of To Catch a Predator had a person genuinely delivering pizza at the worst moment possible. The worst moment possible. just.
What are you doing here? I'm just delivering this pizza. Interesting. Well,
Imagine
got a slice for me?
Imagine how unfortunate it would be to share a face with a globally wanted pedophile.
No.
Like, you just happen to look exactly the same. I'm not talking about the pizza guy. This is a different scenario. Don't do your improv thing where you fucking destroy the premise before it starts. Fucking kicks it, you asshole.
Some dude just looks like another dude, and he's just like,
dude.
what?
I remember a long time ago. Somebody said this is like 2016, maybe even 2015. I remember getting a message from somebody on Twitter, and they were like, "Is this you in Germany?" And they sent me a picture of some kid or some guy like at an airport in Germany, and I saw it like at an airport in Germany, just chilling, like charging his stuff. And I was like, "That looks, I think that looks like me. And I looked at it, I was like, that looks, and I thought, I was like, oh, this is, he's fucking with me. This is a picture of me, but like it's me at like some airport, like where I don't know, like maybe they held on to some random, they were like, oh, there's my favorite YouTuber. I'm going to snap a picture. I don't want to go say hi. Cause he's traveling and he's probably busy. And then they found it in their phone and they're like, oh, I'll send it to him and just make up a bullshit cat. That's what I thought. And I was like, and then the more I looked at it, I was like, I don't own that jacket. I don't think I recognize that airport. Who the fuck is this? And why do they look exactly like it? It fucked me up. It was really off-putting that was real. But some people are out there and they got your face. There's at least one person out there with your exact face. They might not look exactly like you right now. Maybe you're a little bit heavier. Maybe you're a little bit thinner. Maybe there's like all sorts of shit going on. But like there's somebody out there who, if the circumstances are just right, looks exactly like you, and that's fucking freaky. That's weird as hell. I don't like it.
The idea of before people said I look like Mario Judah, and like that whole period of time made me just not respect people's idea of saying you look like someone else. Like the amount of people that they've said you looked like, and I look at the images and I'm like, this is just disrespectful.
You feel that way?
No, for you. I feel bad for you. Cause it's just like, these people aren't even like observing like particular facial traits. They're just seeing shirt, pants, shoes, glasses, brown hair. That's Chris.
Let's be fair. Let's be fair. If you corner these people dead to rights or something, and then you ask them, does this actually look like them? I think they would say no. I think it's a lazy.
I feel like someone would be like, "Yeah, dude."
I think it's some bullshit like that because we've all had it. You had the Mario Judah. Every cartoon depiction that has glasses, or any guy that has glasses. I found one guy that actually does look like you a little bit. But like
I've seen for every message I get of somebody who like people are like, this guy looks like you. I think maybe about. Maybe 5% of them are accurate. I was like, okay, yeah, that does. That does look like me, actually. Like, there was this, like, one, I think, hockey player that looked like, I don't remember his fucking name because I don't give a shit about the hockey at all. But, like, it was like, okay, that guy does look like me. But it's mostly bullshit.
I haven't seen a good one for me. I've just seen a bunch of just all bullshit.
I've never seen anybody that looks like you either, to be fair.
Yeah. People say people look like me, and it's like, how does this person look like me? I'm just chubby and black. I look like that. I'm fat and black like that other character, but that's it.
There was a really funny moment when I was over at your apartment, like somewhat recently, and like you were walking out of the there's in Kingston's apartment. There's a framed photo. There's a framed animation cell. It's a framed animation cell of Fat Albert, and it's just him in his red shirt, and then you walked out in a red shirt, and I was just like, that looks so funny. I can't even tell you. Because your hair was exactly the same too. It was like I couldn't like you didn't look like him, but you looked like him.
I looked like I was dressing up as him.
You were trying to cosplay.
Yeah. It was just like I just remember being like, oh my god.
I'll never forget this. We were in the locker room. This is like when I was in high school. And this is one of the moments where I was like, oh, I'm just not plugged into the same mainframe as people. Everybody's making fun of each other. And one dude was like, nigga, you look like Yoshi to some other kid. And I was like, how the fuck could someone say something so stupid? And everybody was like, yeah, you kind of look like Yoshi. A group of people were agreeing with him.
You know what that is? I was just like, that's mass delusion.
No one looks like you. No person looks like Yoshi. No.
The fucking
I didn't want to say anything. I don't want to say anything. I was just like quiet. And afterwards, I was like, dude, you don't look like Yoshi, man. I'm sorry. Don't let them trick you into thinking that.
I bet someone looks like Yoshi. I bet somebody out there looks like Yoshi.
I don't want to see a person that looks like Yoshi. I feel like that'd be really sad.
I'm not saying looks like Yoshi. I'm just saying looks like Yoshi.
No,
and what I mean by that is you don't look like Mario Judah. You look like Mario Judah.
I don't know what that means.
So what I'm saying is
explain. So you're using literal the same words to describe the same words.
It's emphasis. So like there's a difference between somebody who's like a doppelganger and saying, and you would use the same terminology, right? You would say, oh, you look like that guy. If you saw somebody that you looked exactly like, you'd be like, you look like that guy. And then you'd be like, yeah, that's fucking crazy. But then you see somebody who only like kind of exhibits very vague thing. And like for Mario Judah, it's not like it's more just his general frame and his energy, because he's a psycho. And that's what if Mario Judah was just by himself and he had his dyed hair, you don't got dyed hair. You obviously don't have dyed hair. I can see that. But if Mario Judah was like a tax account, like a tax guy or something, he was sitting there like, and he was sitting there like, and he looked exactly the same. I'd be like, you don't look like Mario Judah. Because that's not Mario Judah.
So for me, when I say stuff like that, I'm like, I can see how someone could say you look like this person. I don't agree, though.
Right.
That's how I would say that. I wouldn't say you don't look like this guy, but you look like this guy, because that leaves the average human stumped because you're using the words incorrectly.
I don't know.
Like, you don't look like a cat, but you look like a cat, and it's just like.
There's a lot of technicality in human language. There's a lot of technicality in human language. Like I think I was thinking I saw videos like on TikTok recently of like these guys going like, oh, I'm so short, I'm 5'9". It's like, you're not short, you're just not tall.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Like just because you're like, I understand tall is the opposite of short, but just because you're not tall doesn't make you short. You're just not tall. Short is like 5'6" and below, I think. Like 5'6" and below, you're short. 5'7" to like 5'9", you're not short. You're just not tall.
It's like when you and Lily go into your battles about calling each other short, and I'm like, you guys are both short. Like, why are you guys
the behemoth saying that? Yeah,
calling each other short. You guys are both under 5'7". But it's funny because they just go back and forth at each other. It's like, if I'm short, the fuck are you then? It's like, I don't know, Chris, you're tiny though. And it's like, guys, just calm down.
I don't remember having these conversations at all, but like, I'll take your word for it.
You're getting hit in the head too many times, Chris. It's showing already.
It's working. Thank God. Thank fucking Christ. I can't wait to forget everything.
Nice, dude.
If you could, no, I'm not gonna say.
I was gonna make a terrible joke.
We gotta move forward.
Yes.
Don't end up like Tyson, bro. Not Tyson. Don't end up like Ali.
So Trump's probably going to get arrested, and then those AI generated photos of him getting chased by police will be accurate.
Oh God, I want that.
Isn't that crazy? That's
that
technically those are technically prophetic images.
Yeah.
I like the one when he's holding a Mac. He's holding like an AR-15. And he's running for it, and I'm like,
I saw those. Yeah, I was
Trump's out here getting moves.
I want like.
Wait, hold on. R.I.P. R.I.P. Wait. R.I.P. Bozo is trending. Who is this? Oh, it's just. Oh, I thought somebody that everybody hated died. But it's just like.
Oh, that'd have been cool.
All right, never mind.
Did Bozo the clown die?
No.
Oh, this is something that's crazy that happened.
Bozo's been dead, I'm pretty sure, for centuries.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we never met the real Bozo the clown. Like, we never saw him.
And when we were born, he was dead for sure. Like, I think.
But did you guys hear about all this that happened involving Jonathan Majors?
No.
So apparently, like, he got into an altercation with a woman outside of at a restaurant or something like that. And then apparently he literally got instantly dropped for like 2 sponsorships. It's instantly dropped him after he was in Creed. He's in Ant-Man, all that shit. Come to find out, apparently the woman that said he did that made it all up. And the person that called the cops to stop the altercation was him. So a woman just lied about him doing something. And he just immediately suffered because women can lie about stuff that legally and not get in trouble for it. It's really insane.
He's a big black man that just played an ex-convict.
Yeah, man, that nigga's guilty.
Wild.
That nigga's guilty.
She tried to fucking Emmett Till him. That's nuts. That is insane. That is insane.
I wouldn't have used Emmett Till, but
absolutely. What she lied to get a black man in trouble. Like, what do you mean?
That is, yeah. No,
that's literally what that is. But he's not gonna die.
But she was a black woman. That's what I was like. Okay, I guess.
Was she a black woman?
I'm pretty sure she's a black woman. His ex girlfriend's a black woman.
I didn't know. I assumed she was like
Jonathan Majors.
Oh, I was about to say.
Not Emmett Till. Not Emmett Till. No.
I was about to say, holy shit. I didn't know that. That changes a lot in a really sad
weird
way.
And awkward.
That would have been
very awkward.
That would have been a dark moment in history.
Come here, boy.
That's darkest timeline shit.
You messing with our darkest boy?
And these are our blackies, not yours.
And then
you guys suck.
It's insane, bro. The fact that you don't get in trouble for that is crazy. The fact that you can just say that.
It is kind of insane.
Nothing happens.
Yeah, she should catch a beating.
Not that the fact that those things don't happen very often, and often women are, assaulted, at an unfair rate, because, at all is an unfair rate. But
unfair,
the fact that you can just lie, because I remember this is a real story from me. I had to testify for one of my friends.
I like the implication that there is a fair rate.
No. I said it even happening is a fair rate. You gotta let me clarify. You're saying you're conflating things, all right? You're conflating. So this is what happened, right? This is what happened. When I was 17 years old, a girl slept with one of my homies at a party. Her mom was calling her all night because she shouldn't have been there. Obviously, she was like, we were like teenagers, shouldn't have been at a party where there's a bunch of drugs, everybody smoking and fucking each other. I had to testify on the stand. I had to go on the stand with my grandmother because I couldn't testify without having an adult there because I was underaged. Yeah. My grandmother had to take a day out of her fucking job, not job, but her life, because she was kind of retired then. So she had to take a day out of her life, and I had to go on the stand and testify. And what made it crazy is that all of us had the exact same story. We didn't talk to each other after the events. We had no contact with one another.
Yeah.
And that girl got in no trouble. My friend's sister beat the shit out of her afterwards, but legally she got in no trouble for it. That's so funny. She got in no trouble for it.
Yeah, no, I mean,
like, that's insane.
It is crazy that there is no, like, at least, like, some penalty. You know what I mean? Like, there's gotta be, like, a penalty to making shit up like that. It's crazy.
We were in front. We were sitting, literally, I was on the stand. I was there way before I should have been as a person. I was like a teenager on the stand. And I was just like, yeah, dude, she was just fucking him. Like, that's all that happened. He didn't force her or anything. She came in a room and got him to go do it. And it was just like, damn, bro. But that fucked his life up, though, because as soon as that shit is attached to you, period, like, that's attached to you under any means, it fucks your life up. Yeah. So, like, girls weren't fucking with him in school. Everybody looked at him differently, and he was like, I didn't even do nothing wrong. She was also white, too, which is crazy. She's also a white woman.
It's pretty frustrating. It's pretty frustrating when you've done nothing wrong, and then people just have some weird bullshit to say about it.
It's crazy, man. Yeah, it's crazy how it never. It's crazy how that never happens to me too. It's even funnier.
Strays, man.
Never happens to me.
That should be your nickname,
Chris Straygun.
Yeah, there you go. That's perfect.
Yeah. God damn it.
Wait, Chris, what did we talk about gooning wise?
Oh, the Dr. Seuss Goon book.
The Dr.
We thought so. Derek, tell me if you like this idea. We're gonna write it. You know what gooning is, right?
The repurposed. Yeah.
Yes.
The repurposed version.
So it's not like mobster goons. It's a very different. If the audience doesn't know,
different.
So if the audience doesn't know what gooning is, go to I don't know, go to Reddit and look for it. I'm sure there's.
You're gonna get blighted, bro.
You're gonna get blighted. So it's just these people. I think go to our goon caves. See what we're talking about. So. We thought about writing a Dr. Seuss book about gooning, and it's like, what was it? I goon through the day. No, it should be I goon through the day, I goon through the night, I goon damn near till I lose my sight. And then that's the first page, and then we'll workshop.
No, that should
it
be the
there.
first page. It should be an intro to gooning first, like a little intro.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
And then that should be the second. That should be the second page.
Yeah.
This will be the second page.
Yeah.
So I think the next Ashram episode we're gonna talk about gooning. It's gonna be a whole goon-tastic episode.
This is actually a gooncast.
Yeah, gooncast. What is the cover of the book?
It's gonna be a dark room that looks. It's gonna be a dark room with like a spotlight over a bed. And the bed's gonna be stained. And I want the art to really, really convey that the blanket is mostly solid. I don't know how we're gonna do that.
like no. Like this thing, right? It has to be in Dr. Zeus style.
You know how when you get like a Batman action figure and the cape is
yeah, it's just a solid piece. yeah.
So first and foremost, it has to be in the Dr. Seuss art style.
Absolutely.
It has to mimic that.
Of course.
That's the first order of business.
And it has to be a stiff board with a stiff blanket, only one last place that can be malleable somewhat on it. So you can see him crowning at that place. and then just the ceiling is just solidified, like stalactites of cum above him because he goons so much. It's stalactites are the ones here, stalagmites are the one on the floor, right?
I don't. Maybe whatever. We know what you mean.
Just
and that's all that matters.
Dripping from the ceilings. The walls are just cummed on. The computer's crusted over in cum.
So, tell me, when did this become like a phrase or a term? When did this like?
If I thought about it last year.
Because I'm trying to think of like the earliest time I've heard this, and it was only recent. It was only fairly recent. So I'm like, was it like were people actually? I guess you know what I will do. I will go on Reddit and see how far back it stretches.
It was sometime after No Cap.
After No Cap,
sometime like a little bit
No
after.
Cap.
Like maybe like a year or two, maybe 3 after No Cap.
Because the thing is, No Cap also came back though. Because No Cap was around and then it came back. It left and it came back.
When did it go?
I never heard it.
No Cap is like a 70s thing.
No, it's not.
Dead serious. Really? My uncles, my hand to God, literally, my uncles are like, yeah, we just say capping and lit all the time. And I'm like, y'all are old as shit. What do you got? I don't believe it. It's like, nah, we used to say it.
No, lit is old.
No, capping and lit are too old, especially East Coast wise. They're old things. Dead serious. I'm
sorry, dude. Like I've never heard cap in my fucking life until recently.
I never did either. But apparently people said it was real. I never heard capping.
You know what that is? That's like two people.
No, I don't think I ever heard it.
No, of course you didn't, because it wasn't. It simply wasn't.
I know people. I have people more than one person that's arguing like this is a real thing. We said it.
There are people in their like 50s who said that they used to say no cap.
They would have said no, that's cap.
I don't believe that at all. I don't
Dead
believe that.
Serious.
I don't believe it. Serious. That is fake news.
Look it up, man.
Look it up. How would you even look that up?
It was before our time, definitely, because I never heard it, and I don't know if I was told it. And I'm like, all right, I guess I'm not going to argue this. I'm not going to argue this phrase with you.
It's not in media. It's not in movies. It's not in books. It's not in news reports. It's not even like casually written.
I think you just haven't seen it in those things.
Have you?
No, because I haven't looked.
It's not there.
People that have lived through that have argued that, and I'm like, all right, I guess
they got fucking dementia. Then it's a good thing that we're raising money for dementia charities at Creator Clash, because they fucking can maybe get a hold of them. Because like that's just not. I refuse to believe that when my parents were young, they knew people that were saying no cap. Like or that's cap. Like no way.
I just can't find anything.
You can't. Derek can't find anything. Derek can't find anything on the internet, the collection of human knowledge, that this is real. No way. You know what's? Maybe they're capping.
Maybe.
maybe that's the real cap in all this.
I'm gonna do a custom range and put in like no cap. Like let's say 2015. We can at least get something from there to 2010.
Yeah, but then you're gonna get like a hashtag no, like some. There's Captain America's not in this movie. No cap.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah.
Like no cap.
I don't believe it. If it was said, there's no way it has the same meaning. Like that's what I believe.
I literally just Derek, where the fuck? I literally just found it. Where the fuck are you looking?
What did you find?
I'm looking at dictionary.com. Literally, the slang phrase "no cap." It's a 1960s phrase.
That ain't.
Where are you?
These terms are created rooted in the sense of capping as top or upper. So that means that no cap. That means you're lying. That means you're coming off the top of the head with bullshit. I just looked it up.
In the 60s,
you're saying that dictionary.com. Show me an example of it being used, asshole.
I'm literally looking up the history of the phrase.
Okay, show me an example of it being used instead of somebody just inserting it and saying this is just a thing that exists. Like, there is a fucking myriad of history on the internet, and I don't see it being used at all.
To cap about something is to brag, to exaggerate. The meaning of cap dates back to the early 1900s. So it meant a different thing.
But continue to read. What do you mean? Continue reading.
It meant History lesson, 1940s, according to Green's Dictionary Slang. To cap is evidence to slang meaning to surpass. This doesn't make any fucking sense. 1960s, the term appeared to be rooted in a sense of cap or upper limit. That's not a lie. So it's the opposite.
And also,
It means to come at someone off the top of your head. That's what they're referring to.
Slang does not
like you're
stay.
cap.
No, but that's
Slang changes though.
no,
That's what I
so
mean. Slang has to
basically-
change.
No, slang does no. Just like say when you're saying cool has always been cool. Like
That's true.
Is cool different? Has it's
No,
cool
cool.
always been
Slang,
the same
slang
fucking thing?
changes. That's crazy. Language
slang-
changes to slang changes. That's dumb. That's a dumb
No.
argument. But
No, new things are okay. Give me an example right now, since you're so fucking
when
arrogant.
someone says, so
of
when you say
slang
like,
changing.
what you call
Just
it?
give me an example. Give me
Like
one.
the idea of
Just give me
someone
one.
saying sick, right? Oh, if you say, oh, you're sick, like, oh, you're cool, that's before. And people saying, dude, that's sick, do what you're doing. The idea of someone saying like sick, that's gross what you're doing.
No, that's
Slang
the literal way to
changes.
use it, asshole. That's not slang.
No,
If somebody
slang-
is
sick means to be-
you're
to be-
sick, you're gross. That is the way to use it properly.
Yes.
And then sick became cool. That is the slang.
Derek, are you going to argue that slang does everything? Language changes, period.
Of course, language changes. We're
So
talking
that
about
means slang will change inherently as
So
well.
give me an example of slang changing.
Derek, you're telling me I can't think of an example right now, but for you to
Yeah,
tell me that
exactly.
me not thinking of an example doesn't change
If
the
you
fact
can't think
that
of
language
one fucking
changes.
example,
Derek,
if you
that's
can't-
such a dumb statement. That is
If
so
it's
stupid, Derek.
Okay, it's so dumb, but you can't think of one because
Derek,
you're
Derek,
fucking
Derek.
stupid.
Derek,
You were
Derek.
just making broad claims
Derek,
without having anything to
Derek,
back it up.
Derek.
No. That's not how
For
shit
you-
works in the
Derek,
real world,
for
brother.
you- Derek,
That is not
no,
how shit works
Derek.
in the real world.
No,
See, in the
it's
real
not.
world, we don't just make
Derek,
claims without
you're
having
just-
anything to
you're
back it
just
up.
talking now.
No,
Derek,
but you are because you're
Derek,
not having any
listen,
claims.
Derek,
you're not
listen.
backing up your shit.
For you to
So just
to
back up your
say
shit
that
or shut the
language,
fuck up.
You sound so stupid. It's making
Do
my
I
head
though?
hurt.
Do I sound
Derek,
stupid? Am I the
Derek,
one that doesn't?
Derek,
You're the
no,
one with the
Derek,
burden of proof.
What I'm trying to
Hey,
explain to you is that for you to,
I
for
heard
language
you.
to change, and for you to assume that slang is a part of language that is inherently a change of language does not change.
what the
is
hell are you
wild.
talking about?
Slang
give
is
me
just
an
language that
example so
changes.
then I can
can't think
accept-
of one off the top of the head.
Exactly.
But they have to exist, Derek. That's just how it
I
works.
understand you're saying you have to exist. That's like saying life on other planets have to exist because the vast, how big the universe is. But that is not fucking proof, Sweeney. That
That's
is not
not-
proof. You
but
don't
for-
just say shit. You don't just make these assertions without having fucking proof. You may be right, but your arrogance is
I'm
trash.
not being arrogant. I'm saying,
you
dude,
are.
for you to say that does not true. No, you're saying it's not true. I'm saying, dude,
give
that
me
doesn't
an
make
example
sense.
and then I'll fucking believe you. You're saying it doesn't make sense, but you can't think of one fucking example.
Derek, yes.
It is kind
I'm
of crazy.
saying-
You can't think of an example.
Look,
No, it is
I'm
pretty
saying-
fucking wild that you
No,
can't think
it's
of one example
not.
out of all the fucking slang in
all right,
history.
All right,
you
Derek,
can't
I'm
think
tired
one
of this.
fucking
I don't
example.
care enough. Can we move on? That's such an insane. They're literally
Yeah,
arguing
it's
something
insane.
that's
It's
madness.
insane. It's madness to you. It's madness to you, except for you can't think of one example. So who's the fucking crazy one?
Derek. I'm not gonna. Okay, sure, dude. I'm gonna
Yeah,
hold this. I'm gonna hold this, right? And I'm gonna look for it to change.
Yeah, and
then I'm gonna
exactly-
bombard
See,
you later on.
and
I'm
here's
just
the
gonna. I'm just
difference-
gonna. I'm
Hey,
gonna
guess
pull a.
what?
I'm gonna pull
Hey,
a
Kingston.
Trump. I'm gonna wait silently. I'm gonna do it silently when no one's paying attention.
Here's the difference
Slowly
between
but
me and you.
surely.
Here's the difference between me and you. Once the burden of proof is shown, I will 100% accept it. I won't say to you, that is the most absurd thing. I can't believe.
No,
You're
when
so
the burden
wrong.
of proof, no. When the burden of proof presents
Here's
itself,
what-
it's undoubtable.
I'm not
saying it. I'm not saying
Here's
that
what's
it
happening.
doesn't.
You
Here's what I
are
see- here's what I see
claiming
happening.
absolution.
Here's-
Why
I'm-
would you do that when you have no proof?
Here's what I see happening. Here's what I see occurring right now. Is Sweeney's
You
argument.
can't fucking destroy me in a goddamn debate, bro.
Sweeney's
No,
argument.
because you're an in-there person. You just talk. That's what you guys do, and
No,
it's like
you're
I
not
can't argue
listening.
this.
You're literally not listening to what I'm saying.
Derek,
You
I
have
understand
not-
what you're saying, Derek. What you're saying is that
okay,
I
let
may
me-
very well be right, but I cannot pull up anything to prove it. And you are correct. That is correct.
Why are you
But
making
what
a
I'm
claim
saying
without
is,
having any
but
proof?
what I'm saying is, that sounds crazy that slang could have never changed? Language just changes. So
Yes,
for slang
language
to have never
changes.
changed, that doesn't make sense to me.
Look, do you know what slang is? I guess let's go back to the root of it. Do you know what slang is?
Of course I know what slang is.
Right, so you're repurposing words, right?
Yes.
That's what slang is.
So for the idea of what I'm saying is that
there's
it
new
makes
slang all the
sense.
time.
Yes, it makes sense
So
for slang to have changed as well.
Hold on. Let me just
Right.
because I feel like I see what's happening here.
This is fire, dude.
Sweeney,
I feel like I know. I feel like
no.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
So
go ahead.
Sweeney thinks that because slang in and of itself is an evolution of language, because it needs to be, it's a word that it has to be repurposed. So like things like cool used to be like very specifically like a way to describe temperature,
Something that
now
wasn't warm.
now it's like, oh, that's awesome. Or sick became like, oh, that's sick, that's awesome. Because that in and of itself is a change, that is evidence of slang changing. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that because that the potential of slang changing, because the nature of language changing, how could you assume slang would not?
So here's my argument against that. I would say that you're right generally, but slang doesn't change. What slang does is it becomes obsolete. Hip still means what it meant. Like slang, like hip was a word
Still
that was
is
like
your
a
hip. It's still your hip.
hip is still your hip, but then it became, oh, that's hip. You know, that's cool. It still does mean that, but no one uses that.
No one uses it anymore.
And so,
John
like,
Taffer.
I think that's what's really happened. Like, it's not that slang. I do think that there's like a compelling argument that slang doesn't change; it just sort of dies.
Well, look, here's the thing,
and then
I just
it
want an
might
example.
come
And
back
look,
at some
if-
point
if one
as
of our
itself.
listeners, if one of our listeners can think, because there might be a fucking perfect example that we just our dumbasses can't think of. But like, I just want to like, okay, the word fucking like cool, it was a slang, but now it means cool means something else now as a slang. Like, what is it? What, you know what I'm saying? Give me that example of the slang being repurposed. Like what you're saying about no cap with the dictionary. Because remember, this started with you saying, what the fuck are you talking about? I just found this on dictionary.com. And I'm like, all right, well, show it to me being fucking used in that, in that way.
Wait, so
where it means no lie.
Let me ask this. How do you feel
Back
about the
in
word?
1960s, 70s, 80s, 90s?
How do you feel
Like,
about
I couldn't, like, go ahead.
Now, how do you guys feel about the word bad? Because that's like a very specific term, right? Like bad used to mean obviously bad, and then
you're a bad
there's
boy.
a slang, and then there's like a slang that meant kind of cool, but people don't. Do people like? Would you argue that changed,
I feel like bad. Well,
or is that just one of those things that's kind of like?
No, bad definitely meant that.
Bad meant good at one point. That's why like Michael Jackson, like that. This is the whole thing.
Yeah, like a
but
bad.
then, like,
And I want
but then it kind of stopped meaning that at some point. Like no one says, "Oh, that's bad." No one says that.
Well, they say
it became badass. Yeah, it became badass.
It just kind of got compounded.
It just grew into something different.
Well, that is technically changed.
What does badass even mean, really, when you think about it? What does that mean?
It's very dumb. It's very
the
stupid.
root of it, I can't figure that out because I'm not from the era where it came from.
What is that? It's you put badass
Because
together?
think of like turnt, right?
I think ass
In
is,
the future, trying to get someone to understand what turnt meant, like in 30 years from now, trying to get a kid to understand what turnt meant. They're going to be like, what?
Is turn even a word?
Turnt? Like turnt? Yeah.
Like, is it an actual, or is that just actually a...
Or
that's
is it
just slang. That's just slang.
Yeah, I don't even think that's a word that exists outside of slang.
Yeah, I don't
It's
think
just
so either.
turned, right? Isn't it just turned?
yeah,
Because I think
literally
it's like,
just
it's
turned.
almost like the...
It's just a misspelling of an existing word.
It's kind of like seent. Is it like seent? Like I seent it. I think it's that, right?
Why am I still in cap lock?
The thing with badass is
You capping, bro.
I think cap
Is turnt an
lock.
actual word? Is that an actual word? Well, technically now I think it's a word.
Now
maybe.
it is because it's a it's
Accepted.
it's been
accepted,
but it still means the slang to end it. But like I think like badass is I think you're right. I think it is an extension of bad where it's like that's bad. And then we just use ass as like we use it. It is weird that we started to use ass
turnt
as
just means
as like an enhancer, where it's like
Yeah,
that, like
badass.
this dumbass,
Stupid
this dumbass, stupid ass, bitch ass,
But like,
dumbass,
in every other way,
badass.
it's kind of negative except for badass, right? Because you stupid ass, bitch ass, nigga. I actually love that. I love putting ass.
You just said nigga ass.
That's
That
one of
is
my
not
favorite-
one of them.
You've
That
never
is
heard
not
that
one of
before?
them.
You nigga
I've
ass,
never said nigga
bitch
ass person.
nigga ass.
I've never said that. That's not one of them, Derek.
It doesn't inherently have to be like
Maybe
it doesn't
it is.
inherently It doesn't inherently have to be negative because you could be like, those are some big ass tits.
Some big ass tits.
That's
I
some
love
big
it.
ass.
Ass
You know
just
what I mean?
emphasizes.
Ass is like an emphasis.
It is.
It's
That is
hilarious.
absolutely what it is. That's absolutely what
You
it
just
is.
said
Badass.
nigga ass. I'm so upset. No one has
That
ever
shit
said
goes
nigga
hard,
ass.
man.
No,
They
it does
need-
not. That's one of
Hold
the
on.
few times where I'm like, it's not good. It's
That shit's good. Come on,
Oh,
I'm
man.
gonna type it up.
what is nigga ass? What is that?
Well, what's badass? You know what I mean?
We didn't even talk about
Bad-
Kanye. We didn't even talk
what
about
is
Kanye
the-
West. We didn't even talk about Jonah Hill saving the Jews from Kanye West's reign of terror with 21 Jump Street. His performance in 21 Jump Street fucking turned Kanye into an ally, which is crazy because it's not even that good of a performance. Like it's fine.
I don't understand. It's a real thing that he posted, but it's just one of those things where I'm like, I can't accept it. I
It's hard
can't
to
accept it as because we know his real humor. Because this is too new. It's too dumb, but also it comes all the way around and being kind of like brilliant because of how stupid it is. And we know his humor. We saw his net in Yahoo when he got a net and a
Yeah.
That's his humor. Like if Johnny Carson, whatever, the old school fucking, it's not even funny to modern standards. But this one is like, this is something that I would go into the fake tweet thing generator and then you would tweet that. That's what's so bizarre about it.
Maybe he's using ChatGPT to tweet.
Oh, maybe he's hey,
It's like you can't
save
tweet.
me-
You
save
are
my
scary.
career.
Save my career. Just let an AI write my
Chat
tweets.
GPT.
That idea is awesome. Oh
Bro,
man.
there's fucking like judges using ChatGPT to make fucking rulings on shit now. This is kind of insane.
That is so
Like-
fucking horrifying. You know what's crazy though? I bet it would be more correct.
Actually, yeah. Actually, probably. Yeah.
These fucking how are these ancient motherfuckers even using something like ChatGPT? I don't even know how to use ChatGPT.
I haven't even used it yet. Yes, I don't even know how to use it.
I haven't used it because your brain still works. That's why you haven't used it yet.
That's true.
Well,
You can still make up ideas on your own. That's
No, but
why
I
you
mean-
haven't
no, but I
used
mean-
ChatGPT
No, but I
yet.
mean, even
Let's
just
have it
as
write
like
a first page of a romance novel. Like us, like I don't know. We'll do the cucking thing with the Keith David we were talking about.
Yo, you know what we should do? We should
What?
one of our songs. We should see if like ChatGPT could like write a gay version of like some song that's impossible, like some song that would be like fucking ridiculous
like
for us to
Eminem's
do.
Rap God.
Yeah, like do a
Eminem's
gay
Rap
version of
God.
Rap God. Like write it out. And I wonder
You
what
know
it would
what's
be.
crazy?
Semen on a human, and I don't.
You
even
know what's
know.
crazy? I was listening to Logic, of course, because of course listen to Logic.
Semen on a
It
human.
just sunk in. It just sunk in.
Stupid. Semen on a human.
Semen on a human. Good.
That's so fucking dumb. God damn.
Anyway,
I'm so.
This is my favorite art form, guys. Please stop. That's the one I love the most. Like, please stop. Like, just chill. Leave it alone. All right.
semen on a
You don't
human.
gotta rhyme everything
Get
and
it through to
everything.
you.
You know.
I'm semen spewing. Oh fuck! All right, we gotta move. We gotta get to questions.
I'm a little gay. I'm a masturbator. I don't know. It just that fuck. You just blew my fucking mind, Chris. That's
Yeah.
a real. So the GBT thing, that is awesome to see if we can actually do it, but also actually trying to do it too. How
Yeah.
impressive would that fucking be?
Probably
Like,
not
just
that
to-
hard, man. It's probably really not that. You'll probably think it's way harder until you sit down and you try to do it, and you're like,
it's more of me
damn.
trying to
Saying it.
It's more. It's more.
Saying
of,
it's gonna be the feat.
It's
part,
more
that part,
of.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
more of the
yeah.
sheer amount of because we would have to go through the song line by line. That's a long ass song, and then find like like it's hard. So like we would
Yeah.
never bother with something like that. Like that's so insane.
Like making it gay is probably not hard. It's probably more than halfway there already. But to do it,
all right.
Yeah,
I don't know. Your camera moved up when your head moved up. That really bothered me. But okay.
yeah. This thing actually is a little bit too sensitive. Stop. All right.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, we good now.
Say some questions out of here, man. I want to go.
Yeah.
I want to die.
Oh yeah. Let's
I'm very fucking.
I
hungry.
want to die.
I want to die, man. I want to fucking.
Yeah. Semen on a human.
Stick Larry.
Could
wrote
you
it.
imagine
What is going on?
someone used Chat GPT to give you a eulogy? Could you imagine how
That
fucking
is
wild that
fucking
would
That's
be?
so
Crazy.
lazy. I love it.
We should. I wish. Can the audience please give us Chat GPT? Like, send us Chat GPT eulogies for each of us, and we'll read them out on the next episode. Because I would
Bro.
love to see that. I would
love
love
that.
to hear that.
I really don't want to hear my eulogy. I don't want to hear that shit.
Not
I don't
even
want to
from,
hear
like,
that
a
shit
robot?
ever. Never, bro. I want to be gone, so I
Alright,
don't have to be offended by anybody says about me.
All right. Well, yeah. Stick Larry wrote in. It says, "Hello, the one who hates, the one who lusts, and the one who envies. First time patron here. Since skin
Welcome.
coloration was a random mutation, in theory, 100% white couple could have a black child. I don't.
It has happened.
What?
It can happen. It's very unlikely.
It has happened. I've seen pictures of it, and it's so weird.
But they're not like black in features. They're just black in color. So they look strange.
So he's asking, can they say it?
No, they can't. No, they can't.
I don't
They
know,
What if-
man.
No, they
What if
can't.
they're darker
No, they
than? What if
can't.
they're darker than you?
So what?
I mean,
I think they.
You'll have
Can say
they'll have their pointy ass Anglo-Saxon nose, which I'm here making fun of people with pointy noses. Even though
literally
I have
have
a pointy
that.
one
Yeah, I
myself.
was like, look at your fucking nose. Your nose looks like its credit score is like 800, man. Get the fuck out of here.
It's actually getting there. It's like 718, bro. I'm really trying. It's hard.
Oh, it's pretty good.
It's
That's-
hard.
that's a
Like
great-
black,
that's
and
a
I think they
perfect-
know.
that's almost a
I think
perfect
they know.
credit score. Patreon keeps
Yeah,
actually just
pretty
straight
good.
up shutting down on me. Oh no!
Patreon
What?
sucks.
It's like a 500. It says, "Oh no, it looks like there was an error. Quick, make your way back."
Every
to
time
the
they
finish."
update Patreon, it goes to shit. Literally every single
Patreon's
time. For the
fucking-
first 4
yeah.
weeks, it's come.
They invest no money into that fucking shit, dude. They invest no money in
That's
that
crazy.
You know
money.
what's crazy? How much money's probably in in the program of Patreon at any
yeah,
moment.
Let's move forward because I don't know when I'm going to be able to get the page back. The KFC
zoom in on
Double
you.
Down made me gay. Hello, Chris, Derek, and the bastard, longtime listener.
Oof, that's oof. Okay.
Long-time listener,
All right.
first-time patron. I'm playing Cyberpunk for the first time, and I've been able to be spoiler-free until randomly when I was playing. I got a Twitter notification from Sween talking about a certain character's death. Now, my question for you guys is one of the most
This nigga wasn't
devastating...
wait, time out.
What is the most devastating time that something was spoiled for you, game, movie, or show?
Whoo!
This dude just said I spoiled. If you played that game for more than an hour, the death I spoiled for you happened so early in the game. Yo, eat dick and fall asleep for real. I hope you're driving and you forget to hit the brakes. Actually, that's
Why?
insane. Jackie Briggs dies so early in that
He
game.
did it again.
It's
He
almost
did it again. He just didn't look at him.
I don't care because he dies. If you're playing that game, if you're going to play
That's
Cyberpunk,
like
you
the
probably already
emotional...
played it.
That's the emotional core of that game, though.
But that's so early in the game.
No, it
that's
doesn't
like
matter,
saying
though.
that's like saying it was a spoiler finding out Leon went to somewhere in Spain in Resident Evil 4. It's like, bro, that happens in the beginning.
It's not that immediate. It's not that immediate.
Bro,
You
it
know
happens so
You're just playing
early.
defense because you spoil things for people.
Look, I've spoiled several things, right? And I've gotten to the point where I don't
You-
care about spoiling things anymore. If you
you
care
do
about
it-
something, you're gonna take part in it as soon as you can. I don't
No,
give
no,
a
no,
fuck
no, no,
about
no.
people. I don't care.
You
I don't
do-
care about
no,
people. I
he
don't care about anybody
spoiled-
myself.
He
I don't
spoiled
care
an
as long as
episode
I think
of
it's
The
funny.
Last of Us. He spoiled an episode of The Last of Us TV show with a group of people as they were watching it, and it's the
No, I
most
didn't spoil it. I didn't spoil anything.
I was there, dude. I saw it. Danny
Chris,
can say.
Chris.
Danny can
I didn't
corroborate this.
spoil anything. I was
Every-
like, just watch. Because and you know what I did? I spoiled something correctly. I said that someone's gonna get mad. Oh no! I said that Ellie dies. I did not say that that Joel dies first and foremost. So I said it incorrectly.
No.
And then Lily, because I remember Lily hitting me. She was like, "Kingston, shut up." And I was like, "Honey, I'm wrong." But she was like, "Yes, but be quiet because Danny's paying attention." She pointed over at her. She's like, "He's paying attention."
You
First
just
of all,
do
but the
that-
thing is that, dude,
You have a bit long history of doing this.
I don't
And it's
care.
fine.
I'm done. I'm done trying to.
But why don't you
done
just be a
feeling
better
bad
person?
for other people. Just I don't care. It's not my
Why,
fault.
why don't you just not spoil it? It's so easy. I don't think I've ever
It's-
accidentally spoiled. I don't even. I have never accidentally spoiled anything for anybody.
You know what makes it worse?
Same.
Things can't be spoiled for me because I don't give a fuck.
And
Like
that's
you
the
can't
problem.
even get me back. You can't
No, but
even
that's
get me
actually the
back.
problem. That's-
Like
that's
if you If you
I've
figure
met
out when
people like
Lily
you.
dies, I guess, and spoil that for me, I'll be like, "God, that really sucks." But other than that, like, I don't give a fuck about spoilers. I don't give a
That's
shit.
the problem. I've met people like you that don't care about spoilers, and they spoil shit all the time.
Because my
they don't care.
experience, because
It's
my
a very
experience is not going to
selfish
be my experience is not going to be reduced by someone else
It's like,
telling
you
what happens.
need more empathy. You need to think about other people
Nah,
and how
he
you're
doesn't have
from your own
empathy.
point.
I'm too
have
empathetic naturally. Fuck other people. Whatever. Everybody else can suck a dick. I'm done caring about other people. Or fuck them.
Yeah. No,
I
okay,
will
so
spoil your shit in
I might-
detail for people.
I might have said this in the podcast before. That this fucking piece of shit. Gears 3 just dropped. I don't know if I said this in the podcast already, but it dropped. I was super excited to play it. I was going to play it on when I got paid on Friday. And motherfucker on Facebook, man, oh, I can't believe Dominic died. Or I was like, what the fuck? Why would you just take to Facebook and then blast that shit out like 3 days after it came out? I was so fucking mad. Like, and then as soon as it happened, as soon as the music starts playing, I immediately it completely ruined the moment for me. Because you can't be attached to it because you know he's going to fucking blow himself up.
The thing is this, right?
Yeah.
Most people aren't assholes enough to do that. But what happens for me is that if I care about anything, if I really care about it, I absorb it as soon as I can.
Yeah,
the
I didn't have
moment
money.
I can
I had
absorb
to-
it.
I had to
I
wait
know,
till I got paid to
I
buy it.
understand. And it's not your fault. People have to work. People have to provide for themselves. People have other things to do. Most people can't just be like, I gotta drop everything right now. Lily, I'm gonna watch Mandalorian so no one can spoil things for me, you know? Most people can't do that. But for me, someone describing thing is always gonna be worse than the experience of me having it, absorbing it. You know?
No, but like
it's
I
just
understand-
impossible for me to make me feel bad. It's like, whatever, dude. All right, cool. I want to see how it happens.
No, I think
Because just hearing like, oh, like, let's say for the, did you play, are you ever gonna play freaking, what's it called? Oh my God. It's BioWare's fantasy version. I forgot what it's called.
Me? Dragon Age?
Dragon Age. You ever gonna play Dragon Age Inquisition?
Me?
Yeah. Are you ever
Maybe.
actually gonna play it?
I do have it.
Are you ever gonna actually sit down and play it?
I very
There's
well
a difference
might.
between like I might play it or like I'm actually gonna sit down and play it really.
No, I might actually play. I haven't had time to delve into anything like that because I've been boxing. But like I might.
Because most likely you'll forget something. But Derek, you know the spoiler I'm about to talk about, right? You played Inquisition, right?
I've beaten it like maybe 2-3 times.
You know what happens, right? At the end of the game, that
Sure.
leads into the next game.
That leads to Dreadwolf.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like someone explaining that to me, I was just like, okay, I want to see how that happens. And I just sat down and it was way better when it happened. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
No, I understand that, but it's like there is a different because a lot of that shit is in the moment. So like if there's like a character death, right? If there's like there's a really important
usually
character
a
death in like in like a long running trilogy, and you say that's going to happen, you're then waiting the whole game expecting that to happen, and then when it's about to happen, you know it's about to happen because you know that somebody told you it was going to happen, and it ruins the fucking flow. It just sucks. It's like a really disappointing thing.
For me,
it's
people
still
don't
cool.
describe
It doesn't
things
make
well
it,
enough.
It doesn't make it less cool. It's not about description. It's about the fact that I even know
It is description.
No, it isn't. It's
it's
just the
supposed
fact
to
that
catch
you
you
know
off
something
guard, dude.
because the whole point is that these things catch you off guard. That's the whole point of death. Literally, is that it just
look?
it's
Chris,
not
I understand.
supposed to be predictable, and so like when
Chris.
somebody goes out and they spoil it like that, it's like it does suck. It takes something out of the experience, and it robs somebody of a very specific experience that they're not they just can't have it ever. Now it's like when you say if there's like a movie with a twist or something, and you go like, "Oh, the twist is so good," it's like don't fucking say that because then I'm gonna spend the whole fucking time looking for the twist.
I would say for movies that works more for me, but when it comes to a game or a book, there's so much lead up into the moment. Like when something happens abrupt, it's like, oh, that was an abrupt, this person died. It's like, whoa, that kind of caught me off guard, but whatever. But if I'm like reading a book or playing a game and there's just like, there's an experience, like when things happen out of nowhere, it's like, what happened out of nowhere? That's kind of crazy. But when someone is like, progress, because if you describe to me in detail every moment exactly how this person's gonna die, then there's no way I can experience it that isn't gonna be knowing every single step that leads to it.
But it is nullified in some way. I don't think it's completely gone. I do think it's worse though. If you know that a big surprise is happening, then it's not surprising, just inherently. Like if somebody was like, "Oh, there's going to be a surprise party for you," it's not. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have fun at the party, but a key element for everybody else is going to be gone, and probably a key element for you, to be honest. So like,
but that's true. But then at the same time, like, what if there's another thing that happen? Like, what if you're like, oh, the surprise party, and you're like, oh, I don't want to be a surprise. This is kind of stupid. Then you come out there, and then I don't know, Stevie Nicks is there or some shit like that. It's like, whoa, that's crazy because there's more to it than just the fact that it's a surprise. You know,
right.
That's what I usually get from most things. It's like,
rarely,
oh, there's more to it.
There's always more to it,
like
but it's
absurd scenario.
Yes, exactly. But there's usually in addition more happening than just this moment. I'm sorry I spoiled it for you, dude. I don't really feel that bad. So this is a very half-assed apology. I mostly don't mean it, in fact, if I'm being very honest. But I'm sorry I hurt your feelings, bud. I hope you play that game for another 10 minutes and see what happens. My bad that I spoiled the beginning of a game to you. Hope it goes well.
That's like the first.
Also, the character's name is V, if you didn't get that far as well either. My bad.
He dies. Look, I mean, he dies
very early in the game.
Isn't it like it's like an hour? It's like an hour and a half into the game.
It's like an hour in the game, bro. If you're playing the story, it's like an hour in, dude.
If you're speedrunning,
it's very early in the game.
I want people. I will say though, I feel a little bit. I don't know what the emotion I'm looking for. There's like, because it's not like, oh, I feel sorry for these people, but it's also a thing that the people that can't or they don't care about enjoying that element of surprise. It's a little interesting to me because it is something that I find incredibly enjoyable and something that that triggers the biggest emotion from me, and it's something that I enjoy. Like as a human being, I don't cry very often. I don't rage very often. So things that can, like, I like when I actually can get penetrated in that way, and like it feels usually beautiful to me or something. I love that like art can do something like that to me, even when it's something I was never super attached to the Halo franchise like you guys were, but I got pretty invested in Reach, and so like, you know, the element, like the surprise fucking, you know, like, someone just fucking just got murked, and you're just like, oh, holy shit. Like, it was so shocking to me that I'm like, holy fuck. Like, and I love that feeling of like, there's no way you could have prepared for that unless somebody fucking told you. And then again, now you're waiting for it to happen.
That was like a moment I was like, whoa, what the fuck?
Like, and so
what just happened, dude?
It was so good because like there was absolutely no lead up to it. It just
it's
happened.
Awesome. It's like one of my favorite.
The lead up was slightly you got out of a situation. You were like, whoa, that was almost really bad, and then bam, something bad happens. You're like, whoa, darn it.
Yeah, it's really that was the first time in a video game that I had to like shut the game off because it upset me. I gotta be like, listen, man, I gotta jump into multiplayer or something because that's like a really upsetting, because it really was so quick.
It was blindsiding.
It was very blindsiding. It was very cool. I love that game.
It's very hard for me to be like, oh,
I don't think I've ever.
I don't know, man.
I've been pretty fortunate in that, like, usually I'm pretty good at just not paying attention to people. Like if they're talking about something that if they're talking about something that I care about that I haven't seen but I want to see, I'm really good at paying half attention and being like, okay, well, they're probably going to say something that I don't want to hear, so I'll just like tune them out. And I've avoided most spoilers. I think I don't think I've ever.
I will say two things. I do due diligence. If there's something I really, really don't want spoiled, I do my due diligence. I will make sure I don't see, you know, like you try to mute key. There's things, it's annoying, but if it's really that important to me, I'm just being real. And one other thing I gotta say is, I do like those assholes that spoil Star Wars. That's just funny as fuck to me. That shit's funny as fuck. Like those motherfuckers that go out of their way.
It's just not nice. It's like, yo, come on. You know how many people you're upsetting right now, dude, for no good reason? Like, what does this get you? Like, what does this get you other than people being upset?
Do you remember?
It's funny.
What?
Remember? You would like open up like a meme. You would like click a meme on Twitter, and the bottom half that wasn't showing would be like the spoiler, like Han Solo getting fucking
Bro,
stabbed.
the shit for Infinity
so
War was
funny.
crazy, bro. Infinity War was the worst for that. Because
Oh, really?
I remember being on Instagram. That's when Instagram was the Wild West. That's when Instagram was at its peak. And it'd be like, you'd look at a picture of a girl shaking her ass, be at the bottom, Tony Stark dies. It's like, God damn.
So fun.
And then there's some that would go, it'd be like Peter Parker goes into Tony Stark's the arm and says, I'm not feeling good, Mr. Stark, and dies. And I'm like, why would you spoil the whole moment? That is a whole moment of
So
importantness.
devious. It's so devious. It's funny. Like
It's people that don't love them. It's people
Alright.
that don't love themselves that want to take it out on other people that do
It's like
stuff
the
like
it's
that.
like the people who drove by everybody waiting in line for Harry Potter, and it's like Snape kills Dumbledore or whatever the fuck. And like they would drive by and scream at it. There's a certain point like where it's like, listen,
But that's silly. Like, how do you not know that? The series of it exists already, dude.
well, I mean, there's a lot of people that don't fucking.
no, that was
That's
when it was new.
Oh, the book?
Yeah.
Like, if the book was new, that's fucked up. That's
People did
fucked
people
up.
did it, people did it with the book, and they did it with the movie too, which I think is like, it's. I mean, it's still shitty because like I wasn't reading
It's
those fucking
it's
books.
obviously shitty.
But I do also
Like
feel
those people
like
should catch a beating, but I still find it funny.
I feel if you do it to a kid, that's kind of shitty. But
Yeah,
like
that's
a
fucked up.
grown
That's
adult,
actually fucked
I'm
up.
sorry, but a grown adult being spoiled for a Star Wars movie, like I could not care less about that. Like Star Wars to me is like the one thing where it's like you have carte blanche. Like that whole thing is like cultural osmosis at this point. That movie was spoiled for me before I even knew what it was. You know, like
Spoiling Star Wars is hard now because of how much it pervades the world, you know?
yeah.
Like, story structure for movies was developed. Like, the idea of the hero's journey becoming popular is because of Star Wars. Like, it existed throughout history and it's been popular then, but now it's everywhere because of Star Wars. Like, you can't get away from it anymore now.
I don't think that's true at all, but like, yeah.
It definitely, it was always around, but now because of Star Wars, more people know about it. It was always around. Hero's Journey's been around for fucking, well, as long as there's been literature, probably, you know?
Of course, before
Yeah.
even before that.
Probably before that. But Star Wars' popularity put the hero's journey on even a bigger, much grander scale than it was previously.
Maybe I don't know.
Because think of many things that hit pop culture the way it did that have the hero's journey. The same impact wise. Because a lot of things have it, but didn't get to where Star Wars got to.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fair. It's probably a very studied movie. I think it's probably why, but it's also, like you said, like a very pervasive story structure.
Because I can't think of something that has it that I can think of before Star Wars.
I think a lot of
than, like-
I feel like the reason for that
Maybe
is because a
Odyssey
lot
of Homer,
things-
I think, has it.
No. What I mean is like I think the hero's journey is in probably most things. I just think Star Wars is the one where it's most. It's like it's just Star Wars is just the template of the hero's journey, with like flourishes on it. Like it's no there's no real liberty taken with it at all. So I think the reason why the hero's journey is so big because of Star Wars is just because the first time people watched the movie and were like, oh, that's the hero's journey, because it just it wasn't anything more than that. It just is. It just was like.
Is there any movie
that movie could have been written by ChatGPT 100%. Like because it is
Star Wars?
it's just the template of the hero's journey.
Definitely the plot could have been 100%. 200% the plot. It is a very simple plot. It also sucks because when you realize how many other things have very simple, like plots, like every story has been told. Most stories have been told. Every single plot has been used though. There's like 9 plots, I think.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
Maybe 10.
What is this?
How many plots exist? Let me look at Google how many plots exist.
Staniago Jenkins wrote, and he says, "Hi, not a question, but fun fact. The show title American Dragon Jake Long becomes pretty fucked up when you realize that Jake is a slur for Chinese people. Have a nice day. Goodbye."
Oh, there's 7.
I don't know how true that is.
The Jakes are the cops, bro. The Jakes are the cops. They're not Asian people.
Hey, Jake, are you Jake?
I mean, I don't know, man. This guy usually shares 100% facts, and I always Google them. And
That
they're
is
right,
true
so-
also.
So it must be true.
So this guy, like, I believe you based on the opposite of the cry wolf thing. Like, it's a reverse cry wolf.
Jake
ni hao,
Slur.
Ni hao, nigga Jake.
Let me see.
I didn't even know this. Used by Jamaicans towards white Americans. I never knew that, and I speak that language. But okay, I guess.
Jake's B.I.D.
All right, I guess I'm a bad Jamaican then.
Papa Jesus wrote it. He says, hey, howdy, hey, hi, boys. God, I'm feeling like congested. I have a simple question this time. In your opinions, what would be the best and worst foods for foreplay in the bedroom? Foods. Fucking psycho. Eating.
Food for foreplay is gross. A meatball sub. Definitely terrible. Definitely terrible.
Yeah.
That shit's messy, bro.
This fucking heartburn, the fucking balls are
because of the
flying
fact
everywhere.
anything with meatballs and sauce is terrible for foreplay. Like meatball subs, fucking chicken parmesan, anything like that is terrible. There's no such thing as good food for foreplay. In fact,
You accidentally cutting her ass because you put the fucking chicken parmesan on her butt cheek. Fucking just
I'm sorry, you gotta
insane.
lick the
Cutting steak on a person is one of the most insane fucking things I've ever heard in my
That's
goddamn
wild.
life.
You know how sharp steak knives are, bro?
yeah.
Sing, sing, sing,
Fucking
sing.
get a little bit of that steak sauce in her fucking wounds. Shit.
That's so
like,
crazy.
hey,
You hold it
A1.
down,
Like
like let
salt.
it burn. Let it
There's
burn. Let it burn.
A1. There's A1 in my bloodstream right now. That's fucking scary, man.
Eating tacos on someone's open wound and you fucking put super fire sauce on their fucking. You put fire sauce on a bitch's pussy.
I don't know.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Like, I think I don't eat at all.
Yeah.
During this.
Eating foreplay is gross.
man,
I don't.
I will
Food
say
and
this,
sex need to be separate.
I will say this. I yes and no, because I will say ice cream, have an ice cream cone while you're getting a blowy is one of the fucking coolest things ever.
You told
I
that
will say
story
that.
before.
Oh, well,
That does sound amazing. A soft serve, like a good
Because-
soft serve.
yeah,
Man.
it's-
I
that's
could
fucking awesome.
believe that. I would
Try it
say
as soon
though,
as you can, people listening, and obviously you guys, as soon as you can. It'll probably open your mind a little bit to the food dynamic.
I mean, chocolate is probably the safest. Chocolate is probably like that's the safe one.
I feel
right?
like it's yeah, sure.
I don't want sex.
Yeah.
I don't want sex and
eat
food
chocolate.
to ever interact with each other because
Eat
I feel like
chocolate.
those are two things I like, and I don't want them touching. I don't want them like you know how like in certain parts of your food you have like my chicken's over here, my rice. My rice is here. My verduras are here. Don't want them touching each other. They're all great. I love all of them, but they shouldn't be together. A little bit of segregation doesn't hurt anybody. A little bit of segregation.
I think the best food for foreplay is an IHOP 2x2x2.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
It's the 2 eggs,
I
the
want
2
to get
bacon,
a
the 2
cup of
pancakes.
ranch balanced on her asshole.
On her
of
bare
ranch.
asshole.
Yeah, you put the cup of ranch and got it nice and secure. You get your fucking chicken tenders.
And I'm a hard dipper too. I'm a hard dipper.
I don't know. I think these things should be separate entirely. But
Oh.
the only thing that I really have experience with is like strawberries and stuff, and like
Oh,
that stuff.
oh
And
yeah,
it's
the
like,
sensual treats.
yeah,
right.
and like it's fine, but I remember thinking like I'd rather not be eating anything.
I
know?
don't do that
For
either.
me,
But-
because the thing is that I like food more than sex. I do. I really do. And if I eat anything that I like a lot, I don't want to be around sex. I want woman to leave me alone. Let me eat goodness.
See, but if you think of the woman as a pocket pussy, you see, then all of a
That's
sudden,
the important thing. You have to
A
be
pocket pussy
you
while
have to
eating
be
is a good
you have to-
idea, but
you
a
have to be a
living
misogynist
creature-
when you're hungry.
100%.
I'm not there yet. You see, you see Andrew Tate left, and I'm falling apart now. You see, I needed him to become the optimal version of myself, dude.
Please come back, Top G.
For real, bro. The internet is boring without you. At least
You
there's
see
a
him
bunch
on
of
South
funny
Park?
shit happening. He was on
No.
South Park?
You're
Yeah, they
not
did
very
it.
serious?
Yeah, they did it. Well, he wasn't on it, but
He
like
made it, bro. That's crazy.
he's they they put a.
Holy
I'm surprised you
shit,
haven't seen.
man.
Look up Andrew Tate South Park right now. It's fucking.
I haven't watched South Park in a long time. I watched the COVID special and that's it. I'm definitely. I said this last time. I'm definitely watching now. I'm gonna pull it up before I
Yeah,
forget. Oh, it's on HBO now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's back
It's
on there.
HBO? Okay.
I haven't,
one streaming service I don't have.
yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I saw I saw it trending earlier today, and I was like, oh no way, that's awesome. So I'm probably gonna watch it after this. But
Son of a bitch. All right, I'm gonna get HBO finally. Fucking that's the last one I don't have.
all right. Ace Combat is basically Metal Gear with jets. The lore is fucking crazy. He writes in, he goes, hello, schizophrenic ramblings in my head that make my brain numb. First time donator, long time listener. Including all forms of media. What are/is some spin-offs, tributes, fan content that really surprised you with how good they were compared to what it was inspired from? One of my favorite games, Project Wingman, and well, the page just died on me. But
nice.
Nuts.
Well, I think the general question is what fan projects were way better than they should be, I guess, is kind of the vibe of it. For
me, it's fan manga, bro. Fan manga be going hard, man. Like, one of my good friends does a fan manga for Dragon Ball Z. Way better than anything Dragon Ball Z's ever done. It's just like, come on, dude. You know, obviously we need the foundation of the thing to even do that. But like, there's a ton of people that are just like out there writing like fan variations of stories that are so much better than the ones that are written. And it's like, why are you doing this to me, people?
It just keeps dying.
Right.
I would say it just keeps fucking crashing. Patreon's fucked today. Fuck it. I would say pretty much any fan art or animation made for this podcast is way better than the source
definitely
material.
that too.
It is insane. Like that Ergomancy video is still like incredible to me. Like I still can't believe we have an animated video that's that fucking good. But I don't know. Like
that's a good answer. That's a good answer actually. Like,
I'm trying to think of like fan made. I'm sure I know about things that started as like fan projects that are now like huge and like their own, but I can't think of them right now. Like I've never read a fan
I can't
manga.
Think of anything.
You know, I can't think. I mean that AI Seinfeld thing is technically a fan. That shit was fucking amazing.
This may not be a good example just because it's an unfinished game, but I just appreciate the effort that there's a guy that has been working on making a remake of Mega Man Legends, and there's like a little demo of like the first level.
Oh yeah,
and it's so fucking cool because I just wish Nintendo respected people. I wish they respected their fucking consumers.
Nintendo? You just said Nintendo respect the consumers,
and in the same sentence, I know.
That's crazy. They don't give Nintendo does not give a fuck about what the consumer says. Like, like it's crazy. It's crazy because there's games like Destiny who people complain about shit, and like people complain and then they go and they change things based on the community's complaints, right?
Yeah.
And then like there's so many, like Halo even, though Halo's a disaster, it respects what you say and they at least attempt to change things.
Right.
Then there's motherfuckers like Nintendo who get no shit from the greater population. They get no shit releasing half-finished Pokemon games, putting games out for like 3 months and then getting rid of it. Like they having an internet service that is ran by servers that use Windows XP. Like they don't give a
bro. Their voice
fuck.
chat is still like
insane.
In order to chat and voice chat on Nintendo, you still have to use your phone as an app. Like if you go to the Nintendo phone on your app and join a party chat through your phone, it is Nintendo sucks in a lot of ways. Like, awesome. And honestly, I'm gonna be real. That new Zelda is looking kind of lame.
For me, what happens is this, right? They haven't shown much of it. The mechanics they showed look really cool. You're gonna be able to do a lot of cool stuff with those mechanics, but at the same time, that game is trapped on a Nintendo Switch. That is the biggest problem. Yeah, like, if that game was on PS5, the shit you would probably be able to do would be things that would be like, oh, video games are truly art. Like, this is an art form.
Well,
but
the
it's
thing
on
that
the
sucks,
Switch,
the thing that
so it's going to run bad, probably.
The thing that sucks to me about it is it's the same it's exactly, like, it's not even like, it's not even tonally different. Like, it looks exactly this, like, it's the same map. And I get it, but also, and I was kind of expecting that, but at the same time, I was just like,
well, no.
man.
Plus, there is going to be more than that. I think that's oversimplifying it.
I
It's
think
going to be
the same
It's
map,
going to be
man.
that map plus more. It's going to be plus more. I'm sure
Right,
it's going to be a
but
lot more stuff added to it.
Maybe, yeah, we'll see.
And then the map will be different because it's going to be like this. It's going to be the same map.
Let me
but
ask
it's going
you
to be
this.
like time lapse.
Let me ask you this though. Nintendo could get away with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So why wouldn't they?
Right.
Like they could get away with
It's
making
fucked.
it's like
only
it takes
company
place in
that
Hyrule, and they made all of Hyrule in the last game. So what do you expect a new map? Do you expect things to be different? Like what do you mean? Like those are the people who would come out and like suck their dick.
The only people that can't get away with that is Microsoft. Microsoft can't get away doing shit like that. They'll get bullied into the floor. But Sony can do that. The thing is that
Sony
right?
gets
when
away
you
with it
have-
to a lesser degree, though. To be fair,
when you have a map in a game that's so full out like the one in Zelda, what happens is they have the map, but it's very empty. They have to just put things in the map that really matter. Like
Right.
actual living environments, which I think they're probably going to try to do that. Are they going to succeed on the Switch? Probably not.
I think
they're going to try.
I think Breath of the Wild is very cool, but I think when you compare it to something like Elden Ring or something, and then you look at the new Zelda, it's just like, man, I don't know. I don't know if they got it this time. We'll see.
I don't even know if you can. I don't even know if you can. Like I said that too. I was like, I feel like it looks good, but I feel like I might get bored because I have Elden Ring, which is a game that, like, even though I already finished it, I don't want to play it again. But like that map is fully lived in. That's an existing world there, you know.
It's
I
the
hope
best.
Zelda has that.
It's the best open world map I've ever seen in any video game. Period. Like for sure.
Yeah, it's up
like,
there.
Easily,
It's
easily to me. Like I can't
it's
think
that
of a
and
better.
Red Dead.
It's better than Red Dead to me. Like the map. Because like the Elden Ring is like dense, man. It's like I still to this day I really can't believe how dense that map is. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, and the levels too, like fucking being like underground and shit.
Yeah, it's
and
fucking nuts. It's
Dog,
just like
Stormvale Castle is a
already-
fantastically
it is-
designed level, dude.
It is already huge, and the fact that there's like more layered on it is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
the
exactly.
moment I realized that there was a whole nother area like above or below, it's like I was like, this is fucking.
There's
magic.
3 layers
I
in that
can't-
world, which is
like,
insane.
I couldn't believe it when I played it. Anyway.
Very good game. I have faith. I have faith for the game. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna play it. If it's honest, because Breath of the Wild is already such a good foundation of a video game. With more stuff with the fusing mechanic, which looks sick. That looks insane.
Cool. That does look cool. Yeah.
The fact that weapons break is kind of stupid, but the fact you can fuse things together makes it like actually way cooler than I thought it was gonna be before.
Yeah.
Because now it's you on the fly. Like, on the fly, what can I make that could really fuck this guy up? I'm gonna fuse a goblin with a fucking boomerang and throw a goblin at somebody that blows up. Like, that's really cool. I like the idea of that.
Yeah. It's very cool, but oh well. We're running long though. And I'm very hungry, so thanks for stopping by. Throw us over some pennies over at patreon.com/snarktank if you like what you heard today. Again, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people who are like, Chris didn't say enough about fucking the whole situation going on. Yeah, sorry. I'm not getting in no fucking lead. I'll tell you what, I'm not getting in trouble. I did fucking nothing wrong, and I will continue to do nothing wrong. I'll tell you that much. So I'll catch you guys. We'll all catch you guys next week. We're working on Down with the Dickness. Been a little busy, so it's been it's a little slow, but we'll get it. Don't worry. You're gonna get something really. Oh man, I'm excited. Anyway, count me down.
3.
Your screen, by the way, looks fucking crazy. It's like flashing between.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know
gold
I don't know
what
why
is
it's doing
happening.
all that. I don't know.
I was like, well, okay.
That looks like the rainbow fish.
You know what it looks like? You look like you're in a really like subdued rave. Like a faint
Yeah,
rave.
yeah,
It's
dude.
like the
Yeah.
faintest. It's the faintest rave I've ever seen.
Barely. You only get like a quarter of the Molly fucking pill. You just get like a little.
All right, count me down.
3, 2, one.
The KFC Double Down made me gay. I am Chris Raygun, and I hate the gays. Ace Combat is basically Metal Gear with jets. The lore is fucking crazy. Doc Jenkins and the Tism Schism. Dad, no, don't worry. It's only gay if you like it. I don't have a dick. I have a pee-pee. She Pipkin on my Pippa. I used to sponsor a third world child, and now I pay for this podcast. Congrats on making a child's life worse. Soon may the touchy man come to squeeze our willies and touch our bums. One day, when the tugging is done, we'll put on pants and go for a run. Domo Nation, clit energy, average clit energy, sorry. So in the Cars universe, were the planes themselves the terrorists on 9/11, or did they get carjacked by the terrorists' Fords? Star Coffee. That's why I hate cars, man. I hate cars. And then they established that New York City is real, and the Twin Towers are gone. It's so weird.
But they did?
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Bro, you know what's crazy? So apparently it's not canon, I think, but apparently the Minions worked for Hitler.
Yeah, it's not canon, probably.
Because the thing is that the Minions work for the evilest person. They work for the evilest person.
Is that what they said?
Yes. So, but in the 1940s, the Minions were working for Hitler.
But is World War II real in that universe?
I mean, they never said it wasn't. They just probably come out with that and be like, hey, let's let you guys know this didn't happen here. Look, I'm gonna get the Minions work for Hitler.
I mean, I'm gonna consider it canon. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's perfect. Star Coffee.
Did the Minions serve Hitler?
Gorilla that murdered Captain America. I have cute penis syndrome. My penis is not small, just cute. Staying hydrated to be ready to piss on Margaret Thatcher's grave at a moment's notice. Lemon and Tangerine. Scream Team. Clit Yeastwood? Yeah, Clit Yeastwood. Nice. Transfen Gremlin. Eastwood. Can Logan Paul abandon a million pigs? My sexual awakening was the quirky goth girl from NCIS, and now my taste in women is ruined. Yush. Asker. The angelic dungeon master whose father makes really good political points but doesn't like trans people, so I'm not sure. Dr. 8 PhD. Craig the Canadian. It's your boy Shawnee D. Justice for the Afro Man. He needs his door fixed. Matt Walsh is a hero of our time. Sweet Baby Gang for life. Indie Butterknife on YouTube. Alternate reality porn. Mr. Rogers is the tightest cum-hungry slut on the bang bus. What is with these homies dissing my girl? Tributing the wiki article for the civil rights movement and tweeting the photo at random people during... I don't know what that is. 3XO noting the Japanese homeless population is inspired by the U.S. opioid epidemic. Slurpin', stroking, smoking, joking. Emoticons going like this. Stormboy's life and what he like. All right, I've been thinking. When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Make life take the lemons back. Get mad. I don't want these damn lemons. Classic.
What is that from?
That's Portal 2.
Okay, there you go. I was like, I remember hearing that.
That's fucking J.K. Simmons in Portal 2. Call her a Little Caesars, the way her pussy hot and ready. Drip MH, Lord of Drip. Nancy Pelosi killing a Palestinian with a massive tits. Obi won't you blow me. Loving women is gay. The fuck you kissing on cocksuckers for? You all should listen to the gay cover of The Memory Remains.
He said the Toby in a black suit.
The Messiah of Misogyny. Cocker, Texas Gaper starring Cuck Norris.
Cocker, Texas Gaper. That's some shit, so bro.
Stupid.
Cocker, Texas Gaper.
You serious, nigga?
That's so fucking dumb. All's the wall. Okay, you said it right, Abby. Something funny and topical. Gay Puss in Boots be like, who's your favorite fearless homo? Who's your favorite fearless homo? Who is your favorite fearless homo? So dumb. I hate this world that we've created. Wage Slave 583. I feel gay. Fuck you. The Papini Brothers Emporium presents the latest in cuck technology, Sneakovision. Darren, some white man, culturally unaware snake, the ever chosen. Nice. Fun fact: if you look up GBA Norman Osborn images, demons visit you in your sleep. Have a nice day. GBA Damn. Norman Osborn. I have to Google this.
I don't need that.
GBA Norman Osborn.
Oh, you got them demons are coming.
What is that. Oh my god, is that real?
Is that Game Boy Advance? What is this? I don't understand.
Are you seeing this?
No.
I don't see it.
That looks like that does not look like Norman Osborn at all. That's fucking scary, dude.
Oh, so it is Game Boy Advance.
What is it? I wonder what it looks like. Oh my fucking god! Oh my god! That looks like somebody from Salad Fingers.
It does. It looks like a David Firth drawing. That is so fucking.
He tells me that you're quite the science whiz, you know.
Like he sounds.
I'm quite the scientist.
He looks like an emaciated Dracula, man. That's fucking
He
scary.
does look like that's not supposed. Is that literally an actual still of him saying that line,
looks
looking like
that
that?
looks like a thrall. That looks like a thrall, like from
does.
something. That looks like something that would serve a vampire. It would go in the daytime and get the vampire food.
Oh, that's so fucking funny.
I can't
man.
believe I've never seen this before.
That shit is
I can't either,
bewildering.
man.
I gotta
man.
retweet this image.
Oh, I'm fucking hot, dude. I'm
That is
sweating.
this is one of the funniest fucking things I've ever. This is one of the funniest things I've fucking ever seen.
It's like a close up at SpongeBob. It's like fucking. You see when he was all dehydrated and shit.
Bro, that looks disturbing.
That looks
Holy
so
fuck.
scary. Like, why do they do that? That looks like if I had a genuine hatred towards gingers, this is what I would imagine to justify it.
Hell yeah, dude.
Holy fuck, that's scary.
That image is
it's
visceral, bro.
That is
just
good.
visceral.
That is fantastic.
Thank you so much. Whoever that.
I can't believe this is real. I can't believe
That
it's
shit
real.
is crazy. It's not even funny to me. It just looks like I've never seen something that scary looking.
I can't believe it's real. It's like it's
Oh fuck!
it's like Meat Canyon, bro. This is fucking Meat Canyon.
It looks like if somebody took a Meat Canyon drawing and painted it really vividly, like with a lot of detail.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Okay.
I've never seen a scarier image in my life,
Oh
bro.
jeez, that was.
Imagine knowing there's a drawing of you out there like that.
I can't.
That's
I can't.
so
All right,
bothersome.
I gotta move. I gotta move.
Yeah.
Tell him. Tell him Steve Dave, Andre Brooks, Aaron Yeager's defense lawyer, John Strickland, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish would be a perfect movie if Jack Horner was also racist. Merck's 1889. I've always lived and let live, but I don't think people really want that anymore. The First Church of Keith David, Sneeko sneaking up so closely on the men running a train on his girl, his face gets splashed. Goops Mackenzie. Guys, quick, compare your penises before it's too late. I ran over my 2003 Silverado with my new Voodoo Blue 2020 Toyota Tacoma. Pre-Rise,
That's
Blake
disgusting.
896, the spider that crawls into your mouth while you...
That's scary, dude. I'll make that my profile picture,
It
actually.
keeps flashing in my fucking memory, man. Blake 896, the spider that crawls in your mouth while you're asleep. Ashlet, the presence that non-verbally encourages people to leave the room now before something happens. Clean your dick, bucko. Peterson and Wayne, yeah, flies away, hits building. Church of Abby's Cammy's abs. Tonka, the inbred Cabbage Patch Kid. Blocked by Steve Shives, Alaskan Oilfield Trash, Lieutenant Lipton's famous Wyverns, debunking the Pussy Hat incident of 2017, Sue Hulk, The Gout Law, Nikki Ziggy, Dom's alternate ending to Gears 3, where after blowing himself up, he regains consciousness to the words, "Hey, you're finally awake."
That's crazy.
Lobotomized Jesus. Can't wait to lick Hulk Hogan's sloppy, wet, fat fucking pussy like a dog in the water bowl. Holy shit.
Holy shit! Like a dog in a water bowl, dude.
I am dangerously
He's
psychotic
lapping
and
that
an active
shit
threat to the people
up.
around me. This is not a joke. Jordan Peterson's Twitter out of 10. Randy McNally is ready to make nutty in some hoe's bussy from Tennessee. Jackson DuPont, Badly Brave, Hugger Derrick, Rip, R.I.P. Commander Zavala, Ethereum, Progerian Hunter, Bomber Chan, and rounding out our list, King of Haphazard. My soul is gone.
The simple idea of someone licking pussy like a dog drinking water out of a bowl is one of the wildest images ever, dog. There's Splash, and he's just going, bro. Good night, y'all. I'm out of here. We gotta
put that fucking face in the thumbnail in some way.
Idea, right?
Like
fucking
that is
Blackface Joel.
We'll do. Oh fuck!
Bro,
okay,
I'm really trying to find it in the game right now. I'm scrubbing through a playthrough, and I'm trying so hard to find.
It's in the beginning. It has to be in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, right, that's such an early scene, so I feel like I'm scrubbing too fast, and I'm like skipping it.
You got to sit down and watch the whole thing, Derek.
I probably have to. It's like an hour. What is it? It was like it's less than 2 hours. I could do it. I could just sit through the first like 30 minutes of it, and I should find it or something.
That image is so fucking. That is unbelievable. That looks like a fucking scary story you tell the dark creature. Like it looks like a monster. It looks like a nightmare.
Dude, it is so strong. I can't stop looking at it. Like I have never.
It's so
Stop!
funny.
I gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go.
All right. Bye.